Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Oh, we love White Claw. Oh, I need a White Claw to start this Wednesday morning. John Reed, Cody McClure, hopefully. Sam Beard has returned. And we got old reliable, my go-to guy, my friend I can always count on. Bubba, bad news, Bubba. Hope you're having a good Wednesday morning wherever you may be. Cody, how are you? Not here yet, John. Sam, welcome back.
What's up, man?
People were worried yesterday that you had quit.
No, I haven't quit.
That's what I said. I said Sam's got stuff going on. Sam's a busy man, but he'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it has. I guess it's been a full week since I've been gone, but it's felt like it's been a lot longer than that. It's been a busy week, but a good week. But it's good to be back here. Excited to talk some sports with you guys, kick it around, get back into the groove of things. Should be good.
Especially since the last time I've seen you.
That's true.
I was gone on vacation, and then you were gone, so I haven't seen you in almost two damn weeks.
Yeah. I think Cody's missing headphones. There's another pair of headphones back here.
Hey, Cody, Bubba said they're in there. I knew that was going to happen whenever I got here, but I didn't realize till I was trying to put mine on for the music, and I didn't have time to get up and go get them.
I saw you looking pretty frazzled as the intro started playing, and I was like, this is a guy who's needing some headphones.
Well, I had my headphones. I was looking for his, and I was like, I don't see any. I was like,
he ain't got time for that.
I said, it's going to be an issue when he gets here, but I didn't have time to run and get any. Well, good to have you back. Glad the people will know that you didn't quit now. That's
no
good.
Worries. We're locked and loaded here.
Oh. Was he missing a
headphone
jack? Maybe. Hey, Cody, there's some in the studio. Bubba, top of the morning to you, friend.
Oh my gosh, what the hello kitty's happening, brother?
What is going on? Did you almost knock the computer off?
Yeah, this mic stand, I guess they took away the one stand or whatever, the mount for these monitors.
Okay.
Because one of them collapsed last week.
Okay.
So now it's the pivot range is a lot less limited. Hey, Cody. Good to be here. Hey, what's going on, John? I'm a wreck right now, man. I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
I couldn't sleep either last night, Bubba.
I got all the way up to 170 sheep, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So then I got up and I just went and started watching programming and
so you can't give
playing
up.
video games, and then it's like, it is what it is. And then at about 4:40, I'm like, you know what? Let me try to go back to bed, and I did. And I almost didn't make that.
Yeah. Holy hell!
Almost didn't make that alarm.
TalkSports is in shambles this morning. Did you try the eye trick I told you about?
I don't know what trick you told me about, so no.
So in addition to counting sheep, just start moving your eyes back and forth.
That's gonna make me feel even more.
No, it triggers your REM cycle. It triggers your body. It tricks your body.
If I give my body convulsion, I don't want that.
Convulsion?
Yeah, if I'm, it's like Stranger Things.
It's just a REM cycle, brother.
Absolutely bonkers.
I'm not saying don't move your head too like that. You just move your eyes because whenever your body starts getting sleep, it triggers your. That's what REM stands for, is rapid eye movement. So your eyes start moving back and forth. So if you start doing it, your body, allegedly. I've started sleeping better since I started doing it, to be honest.
How long do you have to do it?
I feel like I do it.
More than 170 sheep's worth?
No, I feel like I only do it for 15, 20 seconds or so.
I tried to do it. I'm not a great plane sleeper, and I tried to do it on the plane a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was going cross-eyed.
Yeah, no, it does bother you, especially if you're leaning on the side or something, but I sleep kind of on my stomach. So when I do it, I'm kind of at least balanced or on my back. I don't know if it actually works. It could just be a placebo thing, but I do feel like I have fallen asleep on my restless nights way easier doing that. But last night took a little bit. I wasn't tired when I got in bed. I was watching the end of the Spurs game, and they were making me mad. Wemby was making me mad. Couldn't really sleep. Then when I did fall asleep at 3 o'clock, my stomach started howling, and I had to get up and go use the bathroom. That's a terrible feeling. So I'm a little off kilter this morning as well. Cody, he's plugged in. He's ready to go. What's up, dog?
I am also angry, but I'm trying to just sit in it and take deep breaths and not express it.
About what? These headphones?
Trying to just feel feel well. That's added to my situation, but Starbucks, big problems. Big problems. But I'm trying
Going
to just
woke.
sit in the anger and feel it, and but not hold on to it. Try to let it go. Try to release it.
Did you have to let go of an
softly.
order?
No, I got my order. I don't understand why the nitros can't be done when I get there. I don't understand, because everyone else's order gets pre-made. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're familiar, Sam, with the process of nitro cold brews, but they make them fresh for you when you get there. Well, that's all cute and fine and dandy, if you got half an hour to spare. But like everybody else can pre-order ahead of time. So all you got to do is walk in the Starbucks, your order's there to pick up. But if you order the nitro brews, you can't do that. You have to say, hey, I'm here for my nitro brews. And if they're busy,
you're screwed.
You might as well have just been sitting in the drive-thru for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I saw some video on Twitter a few days ago of, I think it was Starbucks CEO. He said that like 15% of their online orders basically just go abandoned because people are like in a rush to get somewhere, and then they get stopped up with online orders and they don't wait in line and they just leave without their order.
Well, I'd just like to have a new nitro brew policy. And now I got this one headphone. Well, what's the deal with the headphones? Do you know?
I don't know why they wouldn't have been in here.
Yeah. I don't want to complain because it might be something the boss man was doing or something, but God forbid it be the drive. Sam, how are you?
I don't think the boss would have moved anything after 6 o'clock.
I don't know.
I would guess he'd be gone.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why the headphones would have been one of the things either. But I don't know.
I still should have been prepared. But typically, the headphones are here 100% of the time, so it's not really something I thought about having to deal with. But anyway, everything's good. I'm good. Sam, it's good to see your face.
Good to see you too, man.
Yeah. And you've been away for many, many days, and it's good to see you again. Where were you?
We were working the Visit Knoxville
golf.
Open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay.
Good event.
Yeah, so you've been around.
Yeah, we've been in town. We've just been busy bee.
Yeah.
Do you know who won?
Doc Redman.
Hey, how about that finish for it?
Yeah, I mean, this tournament has gone to a playoff, I believe, 3 years in a row. This year it went to a playoff. This Doc Redman guy had like a 40-foot eagle putt. It stops like half a ball. It stops like on the lip of the cup. And then the entire crowd just goes, oh, like that was so close. And then he's walking halfway to the hole, ball falls in. It was like Tiger at the Masters type of thing, but it was in a playoff. So it was a dramatic finish. It was
I think he had weighted shoes that caused like a little vibration in the ground that caused the ball to fall.
You never know, Bubba. You never know.
Is Doc Redman a name on that tour at all?
He's been on the PGA Tour shortly before.
Okay, because I was going to say it sounds like I kind of know that name, but also it's kind of a common name.
Like he was never a big time player on tour, but he had a short little stint. And then I want to say I saw something that he like took a mental health break or something from golf, and he'd been gone for a long time. And then this was one of his first events he played, and he won it. So I think he's won one more time before. So if he wins one more event on the Korn Ferry Tour, he's automatically got a PGA Tour card. That's kind of one of their things. If you win 3 events on Korn Ferry in a year, then you get moved up to the PGA.
How you feel about that Blades Brown guy?
Kid's stud.
There's a guy who's just bypassing college and going straight to, because I guess he has a sponsorship exemption or something.
He's played good enough in those sponsorship exemptions where now he's got like temporary tour status at 19.
Doc is a good name.
Doc, yeah, he kind of sounds like he needed to be in like an old Western.
Yeah.
Doc Redman.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie Leatherheads?
Is that the one with
I've heard
George Clooney?
George Clooney, John Krasinski.
No, I've never actually watched it.
I watched that movie this morning as I tried to fall back to sleep.
At 2 a.m.?
Yeah. Interesting. So it's about like pro football, but it's on like the decline. So Dodge Connolly, I think, is George Clooney's character's name.
Also sounds like an old Western.
And they've got Kata the Bullets, whatever his last name was, starts with an R, who's John Krasinski, and he's like this standout from Princeton who lies about being a war hero with Sergeant York. Because apparently, like, he supposedly captured a whole, like, platoon of men. But he falsely, like, what actually happened was they just, like, happened to surrender around the same time he was there, so he took credit for it. And he lied about it. And then there was, like, this whole standoff. And then there's a woman causing a love triangle. What an annoying reporter she was. And there's a guy that's just drinking constantly, overseeing kind of like a manager for old Dodge. And then they're just like, hey, if you do any more trick plays, the old cat skidler do, you'll be banned from football. And then they just got so muddy that he like called to play the Sergeant York, and he disguised himself as John Krasinski's teammate because after their whole falling out, they, traded him to a different team because we had Duluth taking on Chicago. And then spoiler alert, he covered his own receiver, so there's two men opening the end zone to catch the ball, and they did, and they won. And then he rode off on a motorcycle with the reporter.
No need to watch the film now.
Nope.
Bubba has given the full synopsis.
Sounds like a kind of a terrible movie, Bubba.
Honestly, it's not great.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't sound very good.
I looked up the things, and it's like they spent like 51 million or something like that, or in the 50s, and they only made like 40 back.
Well, they probably had to give George Clooney like 20 of it.
Yeah.
Now what were you guys?
38% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience.
That's okay.
And this is like John Krasinski, like The Office, like 2008. So he was,
weird choice for him to do. Like while he was, I don't want to say necessarily at his peak, but 2008 would be pretty close to his peak.
Yeah,
at least of that show.
You're talking about this rapid eye movement. So Bubba, you were having trouble going to sleep. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And you were saying you do that back and forth trick, and
I tried
works?
to. Yeah. Now again,
it works.
It could be placebo, but I do feel like my sleep has gotten better.
I've tried it, and maybe I'm not doing it right, but I
just go side to side to side to side. Again,
I do that and
fast or like
fast, rapid.
But I feel stressed.
Not like
I feel stressed too.
My eyes feel stressed when I do that. Like I'm almost like I'm exercising.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I keep saying I don't know if it actually works or not, but
like I'm trying it right now, and I
don't think it doesn't like immediately put you to sleep.
No,
it doesn't immediately put you to sleep now. No, he's faking. I'm not falling for this. Although it could be a heart attack. He has been fired up about this coffee.
The heart attack would be a lot more dramatic than that.
It could be a heart attack. Real quickly, along those same lines as that terrible Leatherheads movie. Have you seen this new war movie coming out like over the next week or so? Pressure. Have you seen this with Brendan Fraser?
I've saw the trailers for the movie, like from the movies.
I always saw this trailer for the first time.
It's about a weatherman.
Yeah, I always saw this 2 days ago for the first time ever. And apparently the movie's coming out like this weekend. But like it's a World War II movie. It's like the untold true story. And it's about Brendan Fraser, who's like a general and a meteorologist. Because apparently like they're trying to plan D-Day. And he's trying to warn them that, like, hey, there's a storm coming, and, like, the storm's going to mess up D-Day, Operation Overlord, and it's like it's going to mess it up. And he's like, well, if it messes up, then we're going to lose the war. We have to do it this day. And he's like, I'm telling you. And like they're showing, like, weather balloons up in the sky. It's like, no, I'm telling you, it's going to storm. And I don't know what's going to happen. It kind of makes me want to read the movie. Like, not watch the movie, but I just want to read the movie to see what happens because I'm interested in the weather behind D-Day. I've never heard that before. I was like, how is this worth a movie? But then the trailer, I'm like, okay, Damian Lewis. Okay, here's Brendan Fraser. He looks fired up. I don't know. Thought it was a weird sounding movie, though. Kind of like playing Leatherhead football, Bubba. Then I was like, okay, I got a war movie about a weatherman. But there was some pressure to save the world, but also like, barometric pressure. Anyways, there's some pressure on Tennessee's defense coming up this year, and there's some bad updates coming out of Ohio State. There's some tea leaves you can read here in Knoxville about one Chaz Coleman. We'll dive into that coming up after the break. Then we'll get to some Spurs Thunder, I'm sure, at some point. Mockery of a damn game. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive fan-run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
This song reminds me of my boy Jack. And that reminds me that his cousin, the official soccer player of TalkSports, got left off the World Cup roster. I was texting him last night. He said his family was distraught. He was with his aunt and uncle, and they were all pretty sad. His cousin, Tanner Tessman. I mean, he is getting written about, nationally in soccer circles as the biggest snub. People are surprised he didn't get put on the roster. So, kind of sucks.
Well, he should have been better.
Well, he'd been dealing with a little bit of an injury, and I think that kind of slowed down his momentum a little bit. But all the accounts now are saying he's healthy, and like they're still surprised that he didn't get brought on. Like ESPN is the first article about the roster talks about the the chances they're taking, it's talking about omitting Tanner Tessman.
Did he kneel for the anthem or something?
I don't know.
I wonder if maybe it was political, maybe politically motivated, the reason they left him off.
But R.I.P. to Jackie Boy, and it sucks that
I thought I saw Jack yesterday, but it wasn't him. I was at the mall.
I
thought I saw him, but it wasn't him.
What were you doing at the mall?
It was just some other guy. I was there eating the bourbon chicken at the Asian place.
You went to the mall?
Yeah, and I always feel
to
weird.
Get food, yeah.
Especially because, I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Anytime I go do anything, I'm by myself. I'm alone most of the time.
Yeah.
And, it's just a bad look at the mall. I could see somebody I know in there, and they're like, oh, that's Cody, just sitting there eating egg rolls and watching the high school girls, because the place is just full of kids in the summer. And so you just feel weird. You feel like a creep in there when you're by yourself.
Sure.
But hey, I love that chicken. So I go in there and get it from time to time. And they give you the yum-yum sauce with the rice. Is that what you're eating, Bubba?
You're eating yum-yum sauce on rice at 8:20 in the morning? Well, hell, I guess Bubba has been up all day, so you can eat whatever you want at this point.
When I came in here in a frenzy.
No yum-yum sauce, just the fried rice and the special chicken.
Okay.
When I came in here in a frenzy, it didn't even really click in my mind, but I did look at Bubba when I was looking for those headphones, and I saw that he was eating fried rice. And I guess I just didn't even think about it because I was in a frenzy. But
it's a weird thing. But again, he's been up. He's only got like 2 hours of sleep, so he's allowed to do whatever.
So this is
he wants.
like a late dinner.
All I was wanting to say was a condolences to Jackie Boy and his family. I was looking forward to his cousin being on the roster, and he got left off, which is sad.
Well,
speaking of sad, we're dealing with a sad football player, and we have been for the last couple months.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, it does feel like that's where it's headed, Cody. It does feel like Tennessee's big, prized offseason acquisition.
Pack your bags.
In the transfer portal.
Get out of town.
Chaz Coleman. The momentum doesn't feel like it's heading in the right direction. You had two things. One from Austin Ward up at Ohio State, and another from Austin Price that I think both kind of point to this Chaz Coleman situation not ending favorably for Tennessee. Do you want the Tennessee or the Ohio State perspective first?
Doesn't matter to me which order.
Okay. I'll go with Ohio State first. They were asked, who believes Chaz actually ends up playing for Tennessee this year? We know where he wants to be, but somehow know that happens now. I don't know what the hell that last sentence is supposed to mean. And their mod, I do not believe that will happen based on what I've heard from people in Knoxville. So he's saying he does not believe Chaz Coleman is going to play for Tennessee based on what he's hearing in Knoxville.
Okay. So that's the Ohio State guy saying that.
That's the Ohio State guy.
And then
and this is also, Austin Ward, I don't know if you remember him at all. He used to be in Knoxville on the Knoxville.
I remember John Ward.
No, well, I don't think there's any relation, but I mean,
there's a Josh Ward.
I don't know if there's any relation to those guys, but
I always wondered if they were related.
And I also don't think there's any relation to Austin Price, also with the same name.
That's the first name.
But
that don't make no sense.
Austin Ward used to do like the Knoxville News Sentinel, and he used to do like they had that 10 a.m. show on the Sports Animal that was like the college they'd bring the News Sentinel guys in there, the sports page. I don't know if you remember.
Can I
that
see
at all.
his face? Do you have a picture of his face handy?
The face doesn't,
because I feel like I might. No, that's not.
Yeah, as I said, the face doesn't ring a bell.
It's not the face I'm picturing,
but the name does. And I remember listening to Austin Ward back in the day, and he was always kind of unbiased, which makes sense because he wasn't really a Tennessee guy. He was a journalist, but he covered the Vols for the News Sentinel for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Point being, when he says he has friends in Knoxville, I believe him. Like when he says he has sources in Knoxville and people he's talking to, he probably has a relationship at On 3 with the VolQuest guys too, and they're probably having honest conversations.
John Adams.
They're probably having. I don't think John Adams knows anything about the Chaz Coleman situation.
He was
really,
at the Sentinel.
right. But I doubt he's plugged in on what the latest.
You saying John Adams don't know his stuff?
I'm saying I don't think he's trafficking in rumors and updates and reports anymore. Is what I'm saying. I don't think he's in that
on
lane.
With Basilio every week.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in the lane of trying to break news. Is what I'm saying.
All right. John Adams.
So when Austin Ward says something about Tennessee, sometimes I take it as, okay, maybe this guy knows something. So he's saying, based on what he's heard from people in Knoxville, no Chaz Coleman. That came a couple hours after Austin Price gave this update on the VolQuest board. This is called Reading with Reed. I know some of you have asked. Chaz is supposed to get back to town tomorrow from what I'm told. Several things over the last month off the field have given confidence, but until he shows up for an extended period of time, none of it matters. He can be there Thursday and then next Thursday, but what about 3 weeks from now? Remember, he was out there for the first part of spring as well before disappearing. Obviously, he has some issues off the field, and they have tried to work through it with him.
Where has he been? Back home?
Yeah, I mean, I assume he's just been back home. So Austin Price, to me, that isn't like 10 out of 10 alarming, but like it's a 6 out of 10 alarming when he says, they have tried to work through it with him. He might show up, but if he shows up, who knows if he'll be here 3 weeks from now. Like those things aren't necessarily painting a picture of stability and that he is going to be here.
And then you got, so this Ohio State guy is saying that he's hearing from his Knoxville people that he ain't even going to play for Tennessee.
Correct.
And why is he being asked about it?
Because Chaz Coleman was, everyone thought he was going to go to Ohio State.
Yeah. So he's still connected to.
Yeah. And like all Ohio State fans, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like the Legend Bay thing again, where like, Legend Bay committed to Tennessee and all the Ohio State people are like, he doesn't want to play there. And he was able to get out of it and go to Ohio State. Then it happens again kind of with Chaz Coleman, and Ohio State people have kind of maintained he wants to be at Ohio State. He doesn't want to be in Tennessee. Now, there's no transfer portal window that can get him back there before the season. So, like, shout out to college football for at least getting rid of the spring transfer portal window, because it has taken at least a little power away and a little bit of a headache away when it comes to these players, especially ones that are just kind of hired guns coming in here. But, of course, Chaz Coleman from Ohio, it looked like he was going to go to Ohio State. I remember being shocked when he picked Tennessee, to be honest, because I don't know if we talked about it on air or in private or what. I remember having a discussion with at least Sam about it. I can't remember if it was off the air or not. But, like, when Chaz Coleman got out of here on his visit, people I talked to over there, sources, if you will, were like, man, that was the worst visit we've ever had. One of the worst visits we've ever had from an athlete. Like, he was uninterested. He just disconnected. Didn't really seem like he even wanted to, like, be on the visit, and didn't seem like he was, strongly even considering us. It was almost like a waste of time.
When you get a kid like that, why do we have to have a head case every year? It's beginning to annoy me with the program. I mean, why do we have to have a Boo Carter, a Nico, a situation like this every year? And I know they're all unique situations, but the drama, and you can go back to the Hendon Hooker and, the fight in the locker room thing or whatever in 2022. Some guy stepped on the power tee. So much drama in our program. And it, it makes you have questions about Heupel, whether he's a good head man.
I don't hold the drama of the Jeremy Banks fight against Josh Heupel.
I'm just saying, when you have enough things that keep
I know. I'm just saying, if Tennessee hadn't lost to South Carolina, we wouldn't really even talk about that. So, The people that worry about that, I think either need to pick a lane of like, was it a fight that disrupted the team, or was it South Carolina cheating, or did we just get our ass kicked? But either way, like the Nico situation, the Boo Carter situation, the Chaz Coleman situation, I think all three of them boiled down to the age-old question of, is the talent worth the headache? And you try to give talented people a little bit more leeway because they're talented, and if they play for you and they play well, they're difference makers. They're better than their peers. They're better than the replacement player, if you will. Chaz Coleman, look, didn't show a whole lot at Penn State, but like you see it with the frame, you see it with the rankings. He was thought of as a really big get, like as a really big person in the transfer portal, and there's a reason LSU and Ohio State were going hard for him.
If he doesn't care to play for you, you're not going to get the effort you need.
Well, that's what other people would say, and like so far, I think that's been the real takeaway here. That's been the
send him packing. Just, I mean, it's May 27th. We don't need to drag this on all summer like we did last year. Literally the exact same thing last year. Just send him packing. Go on and get.
Sam, how do you feel in the situation?
Yeah, it's not a good one. I mean, I'm kind of with Cody. I think at this point, you've gotten burned too many times with kind of those off the field situations that it's hard for me to just justify us saying, well, he's a hell of a talent. Let's go pay him that money and we'll figure out the headache later. I think you kind of have to vet some of those things, I think. And when you know that the visit was terrible and he seemed uninterested and he's probably only coming here for the blank check that you gave him, I think you kind of got to make the bed that you're
what do you
sleep
expect?
The bed that you're making it,
Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? If you knew the visit was bad and you knew it was a problem, and now he's a problem. I mean, you got what you signed up for, right? Problem is you don't have anybody to replace him.
Well, see, that's part of the equation when you ask about like why you put up with it. Like,
you're pretty thin at defensive end.
Yeah, like you needed an impact defensive ends. You needed an impact pass rusher. You paid him a good chunk of money to come be that impact
that's just
pass
poor
rusher.
Evaluation. That's just stupid. I mean, why would you pay that much money to a guy that don't want to be here? Pay half the money to a guy who wants to be here. Does Kurt Cignetti have these problems? I mean, I know there's head cases out there. Every school runs into problems. But, like, it just seems like I get so annoyed by how we run such an undisciplined program. And I know undisciplined, all right? I understand what it's like to be undisciplined. And that's our program. Every year there's a head case on the roster. We got drama all summer, and then there's penalties, and there's turnovers, and there's just – we run the most undisciplined program.
So what would you suggest Josh Heupel have
done so far? Put his damn foot down.
And kick him off the team?
Well, I don't know if it's worth kicking him off the team or not. I mean, it sounds
put your foot down.
Sounds like he's a problem.
Make him run bleachers, and look, 'cause like I'm open to hear this, and like I'm open to the complaint of the undisciplined program. Like, yeah, the penalties have been an issue, and like, yeah, sometimes we look really sloppy and undisciplined. So like, I'm hearing you out. I just don't know what the move was in this, because I think if you win a recruiting battle for a player, whether or not he had good energy and good vibes on his first visit, I think you almost have to take them at their word. Like, if I'm Josh Heupel, and look, I don't know how hands-on he even is with recruiting, defensive guys or, Legend Bay in high school. Like, but there's also like a part, like, you have to take the kids at their word that if they sign the paper and say they want to come here, you kind of have to be like, okay, they want to come here. Because I imagine both would be like, hey, coach, fired up to come.
Well, and Jim Knowles should have known, because I mean, that's the connection,
right? Jim Knowles, and there's other coaches at Penn State that are there with him. So like, I don't necessarily blame them for being like, hey, this guy says he wants to come here, we'll bring him in.
Yeah, but the problem is Heupel's a $10 million man.
Sure,
it's not our job to say what he should or shouldn't do. He's the guy making the money. I mean, he's the guy that's getting paid to figure this stuff out.
And I understand that it ultimately comes down to the head coach.
Right.
And
it's his responsibility.
Yeah, you're right. He's the $10 million man. I understand that. In this situation, though, like, if we get to September and this is still going on, I'll have a different answer. The fact we haven't gotten too far into this, I'm going to have a little bit of grace. Now, maybe I'm alone there, and maybe you're right. Maybe you just kick him off the team and say, hey, we're stopping your payments. You're not going anywhere else. Here's your release. Go play Ohio State, yada, 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 whatever. I don't even know if he'd be allowed to do that if he got a release because of the transfer portal. I don't know the exact rules there, but like, if it gets to September and it's derailing the team, I'll agree.
I mean, I don't know what the cutoff is, but it dragged on through spring practice. You know, I mean, you went through an entire spring with this being a problem.
Now, what I will say is that it isn't your quarterback, right? It's not the leader of your team. I've got much more of an issue of what happened with the Nico situation, and I hold Josh Heupel a little bit accountable for that. Like, and I've said it many times, but like, I was talking about it yesterday next to my boy, my new friend, Brett, at the gym. I got on the treadmill to do a little incline walk at the end of my workout.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I listen to you all the time. I was like, cool, man. I appreciate that.
Brett?
Yeah. And then we talked for like 15 minutes about football.
Oh.
Which was good for me because I forgot my headphones. So that was kind of clutch. But we were talking about the Nico situation. I was like, look, I hold this a little bit accountable for Josh because I'll say it again. You had to make up your mind in December. Are you going to get in bed with Nico or are you going to cut him? And are you going to move your own ways? Like, because if you go in with him, you're going to have to deal with any demands he has. You have to hitch your wagon to him. And if you're going to cut him, you go find a new quarterback. And Tennessee's like, oh, yeah, we'll stay with Nico. And then when Nico started causing headaches again, they let it boil over and blow up versus just giving him a little extra money and investing in him. I thought Heupel should have gone 100% one way or the other, and instead he tried to 50% it, and then we ended up with, you know, a tense situation. I mean, volatile situation.
Maybe I'm being unfair to Heupel because, I mean, I know you got it's hard to deal with 100-man roster and all this, but like, I always think about Rick Barnes. You never see this with Barnes.
I do think it's fair to say with Barnes, though, like there's
a lot less guys.
Yeah, like you have to manage really like 10 guys there.
Right.
And there have been some issues where we've had some bench players that didn't necessarily buy in. We had Cameron Carr, I mean, who's a first-round talent, quit. So, I mean, like he's Rick Barnes doesn't have a perfect track record, but like we were able to survive that.
Put up with the BS with these guys. If they want to hit the door, they hit the door. You know, yeah. Barnes will let them walk. And I wonder about a guy like Cignetti, you know, the way that he's running such a good program up there at Indiana. I'm not following their day in, day out situation. I'm sure he's had some issues because when you're dealing with a 100-man roster, I mean, I know it happens. Obviously, Kirby Smart in Georgia, they've had plenty of problems. So.
Yeah, but they haven't really had like the players holding them, you know.
No, their guys they just got to get their guys out of jail.
Yeah, and like Kirby has said it, and I kind of believe it when he says it in the press conferences. Like, hey, you're not coming to Georgia for a check. You're coming to win games and go to the NFL. Like, you'll get paid or whatever, but like if you're coming here to try to leverage us for more money, like hit the road. We got enough good guys and we got enough people with their eye on the prize. Tennessee isn't at that level, right? So Tennessee is having to try to keep as many of their blue chippers as possible. Nico was a blue chipper. Boo Carter was a blue chipper, at least on paper. And as a freshman, he was really damn good. So that kind of spilling over was tough because the team wanted him back. And ideally, whenever Boo Carter played his way back, and look, Chaz Coleman might have to do this too. The idea was like, hey, Boo Carter, deal with your situation, deal with whatever, come, run the stadiums, earn your stripes. Remember they kept talking about that last year for Boo Carter. He had to earn his reps, he had to earn his snaps, he had to do all this to get the team back on his side. The hope is that you come back, you buy in, you make good, and then you're good. Like Juwan Jennings did that too, right? Like Juwan Jennings quit the football team, got kicked, you know, like did his whole tirade, got kicked off, came back.
No, he was dealing with a damn numbskull.
Sure, but like he still got kicked off. He had to earn his way back. But like when he came back, boom, earned the trust of his teammates, was completely bought back in, proved he was worth the quote-unquote headache. The hope was that Boo Carter would come back, buy in, and play good football. But instead he came back, was a baby about it, never got, reintegrated into the team, and was a headache all year.
Didn't we have an interim by the time Jawan was in that situation?
But he got
at the Brady Hoke.
Well, but then he was dismissed. But they brought him back months later. That was a talking point. I want to say all the way through April of the next year.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not saying Jawan Jennings was wrong or not. I'm just saying there was some discipline. There was some hey, if you come back, you got to show you're committed to the team. And he came back. You didn't throw him away, and he was a great Vol. He was recommitted to the team. The hope is that Boo Carter would have done that. He didn't. So if Chaz Coleman is keeping dialogue, comes back, talks to his teammates, and buys back in, this could still be salvaged. It just doesn't seem like that's where we're headed, or it doesn't seem like I have a lot of confidence in that. Of course, Jawan Jennings had already put his time in here and had earned his stripes, was a Vol, cared about the T. Chaz Coleman, look, apologies if you're listening, you're a hired gun. You're not somebody who is, cared about Tennessee or proven anything at Tennessee. So I doubt that this is going to have a happy ending. With Boo Carter, I never really thought that he grew up dreaming of being a Vol or whatever, but he was at least an in-state kid who had played some really good football for a year. So I understood the coaches trying to, navigate and get him back on the field. But also, last point, we'll catch a break and continue the conversation. All three guys we talked about being big-time players, or at least, blue chippers in terms of talent. Also, all three guys, significant financial contribution. And I think that matters too. We'll dive into that a little bit after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
School is out, so let's kick off summer with your Knoxville Smokies. Next week is a huge week for your Smokies. He's back. It's the king himself. It's Elvis night on Thursday. Get your herd together because it's Chick-fil-A night on Friday with postgame fireworks. Live wrestling and fireworks for wrestling night on Saturday, and Sunday, it's our kids' summer kickoff. Yes, it's June 7th. 6-7. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Talking about Chaz Coleman, talking about the drama here in Knoxville, and the drama that Cody is completely fed up with when it comes to Josh Heupel and how he runs his program. And before we went to break, I was talking about the financial commitment. Have we the numbers that we were told for Chaz Coleman got to like the $3 million range, like which I think would make him the highest paid player on the defense, right? Shaking your head, yes, Sam. I feel like you probably had to drop the biggest bag to him, right? There would be no high school commits that you really paid more than that, and there weren't any bigger transfers, right? I mean, Amari Campbell, I don't think would be making more than that.
Premium player at a premium position.
Boo Carter had renegotiated his contract, which kind of ended up costing you more money with Ricky Gibson, which ended up costing you Jacoby Thomas last year because you had to re-up and pay him. We know Nico was the poster boy for NIL and one of the highest paid players before quarterbacks were making millions and millions of dollars. I would throw in last year, one of, if not your highest paid player on the team last year, was probably Jermod McCoy. Probably.
Another guy you didn't get anything out of.
So, whenever you look at the politics of it, but then you also consider the other ramifications, there's some pressure to try to make these guys work out. Because if you're giving big money to them, what are the things you need from quote-unquote investors, or you need to show investors in business when you're getting money from them? Just ask Nate Jacobs. Am I right, Euphoria fans? You got to show return on investment. Mm-hmm. If I'm giving you a bunch of money, you got to show me what you're doing with that money, and you got to hope that it's turning out to be something good.
Don't be spoiling it for me now.
Well, I got to say, I don't really love the Euphoria show, Bubba, but it is one of those shows that I feel like you kind of got to watch the week of. You kind of got to watch the night it happens or the day after. It's one of those pop culture shows.
You can spoil it. I'll see it at some point.
Well, spoiler alert, Nate gets in trouble because he takes $1 million from these loan sharks. I don't know. I think they're Armenian loan sharks, and they're bad news. They're trouble. And he takes $1 million from them, and eventually they show up. It's hey, where's our money? Next thing you know, they're cutting off pinkies, they're cutting off toes. Everything's going crazy because he's not giving them their money back, because he's not showing them, hey, you gave me this money. Here's this real estate development I promised you. It doesn't happen. I think in NIL, it's the same thing. Cody, you talked about Rick Barnes. I think there's a reason Rick Barnes is able to go to his big dollar people and say, hey, money, please.
What, he has proof of concept that he can be successful?
Yeah, both in his team, getting to Elite Eights, competing for conference championships, competing for Final Fours, but also pretty much every big-time transfer that you've paid money for has been a pretty good player here.
Because he knows how to evaluate talent.
Hey, here's Dalton Connect. Oh, wow, he's great. Hey, here's Chaz Lanier. Oh, he's great. Hey, Jacoby Gillespie. Wow, he looks like he can play too. Well, yeah, Rick, we trust what you're doing because you have shown us you are going to find value with the money we give you.
They need to have some sort of contract in place where, all this stuff is outlined and identified beforehand. Hey, we can't just give you $2 million and then you don't practice. If that happens, then, it's null and void. That's a breach of contract. You owe us that money or something. I mean, I don't know how you deal with that.
Well, I do think they've put some guardrails in. And look, there's apparently something coming down from Congress today, or at least in the next couple of days, that's going to be the official proposal on the guardrails in college athletics. But at least now the contracts with the school, the revenue sharing is at least offering some type of protection. So I don't think Chaz Coleman's going to leave here with his entire contract paid out. But on signing day, one of my guys was telling me, like, hey, the moment that a player sends in their contract, they get their little, signing bonus, a couple $100,000 signing bonus. So, like, Legend Bay ran off on us with at least making a couple $100,000. I imagine Chaz Coleman had a signing bonus for committing to Tennessee, so he's at least made some money, whether or not he plays the snap here at all, which is kind of crazy. Legend Bay was basically here for a week and was like, I'm good, but thanks for the money.
So I don't know. Like, I think the biggest case is Cincinnati. Is there a follow up for them suing Sorsby?
They'll be able to get. I would imagine he'll be on the hook for that $1 million that he owes them because he signed, like I said, a contract with the school for revenue sharing.
I wonder how that's going to trickle down to every other university. Well, Tennessee, you think that they'd be involved in something like that when it comes to people like Coleman or Legend Bay or something like that? Or no?
Well, Bay, no, of course, because he was, coming out of high school. Coleman, Bubba, I would imagine, had not been established enough to actually have like a big contract with the school since he had not really proven anything. Sorsby had gotten like a re-up deal. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I don't know if those schools had those contracts with those players. Sorsby, yeah, and like they said, hey, we want some of that money. I doubt a defensive lineman that hadn't really proven anything had that, but he was like, a 5-star, like, or a high 4-star, right, coming out of school. So, like, he, maybe there was something there.
I know every school's dealing with these problems to an extent. I just wonder how Heupel compares to his peers when you look at the other programs and how they're ran with the drama and the situations, like Steve Sarkisian and Dan Lanning and these other top schools. I mean, are they dealing with all this kind of stuff too?
I feel like there's been a little bit of drama with Oregon, with players like committing and leaving and whatnot. But like, I don't know if it's a chicken or the egg or like, a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know whatever cliche I'm looking for. But like, on one hand, I know we're insulated in Knoxville and we, eat, sleep, and breathe this and talk about it. So we're more plugged in.
Right.
But I do think even from a national level, like there's been no bigger controversy in college football roster building over the last couple of years than Nico, right? Like Nico was the biggest drama from a national standpoint, right?
Well, yeah, Nico is the biggest one, but it seems like it's always one of our top players that we've got a problem with.
Boo Carter at least made some national headlines, but Chaz Coleman's enough of a name, and Ohio State and Tennessee are enough of a brands that like this will be talked about too. So like I don't think it's just our little bubble. I think this has reached national levels, and I don't know how many other players have done that over the last couple of years. You know what I mean?
It's just weird with Chaz Coleman because it seems like it would be a natural fit. You're willing to pay him all this money. He's got the defensive coordinator he's familiar with. He's got his teammates. 3 of his teammates came. I mean, it seems like it would make sense for him to come to Tennessee and thrive here. But if the guy doesn't want to be here, the guy doesn't want to be here.
And who knows? This all might be for naught. Maybe the writing isn't on the wall and Austin Ward doesn't know really what's going on in Knoxville despite being here and working for the Knoxville News Sentinel for a while. Maybe he doesn't actually have sources here or actual like plugged in people that are telling the truth. Maybe Austin Price isn't setting the stage for this to happen and trying to kind of ease into it and embrace the Tennessee fans for the inevitable bad news. Maybe Chaz Coleman gets here. Maybe he plays. Maybe he says, look, I got no other options. Either I play football at Tennessee or I don't play football anywhere this year. I'm going to make the best of it. Maybe he buys in. All of that is still on the table. We'll see. But it does feel like the On3 reporters are kind of trying to tell each side of their fan base what's coming. But if you're Tennessee and you're Chaz Coleman, it is still mutually beneficial for you guys to make this work. I usually try to side with the players.
Maybe it is.
Well, I usually try to try to make it work. And I don't mean like come here and be held hostage.
To me, it's a seesaw. Right now the talent is weighted down on this end.
Yeah.
but it's a pretty quick shift when it becomes a locker room problem.
Yeah,
to me.
When I say make it work, I mean like he comes here, he buys in, he becomes a good teammate, and he just tries to do the best thing possible and realizes like, hey, if I come to Tennessee, even if I'm miserable, but I play hard, I can ball out, make this money, and then I can hit the transfer portal again next year and go get big dollars from Ohio State. I'm going to be damaged goods.
I don't like that mindset. I mean, we're trying to win a championship here.
Well, sure, but like,
you got to have a culture.
Everything. You have to get something out of it. Like everything's transactional. Every player here is here to either try to make the NFL, to try to win championships, or try to make NIL money. That's just the way it is now. So like, you might not love it. It could be an arranged marriage of sorts. But like, look, brother, if you come here and you don't play and this ends up badly, you have to realize you're going to lose money this year, and you're not going to be a highly sought after guy after missing a whole year of football. So like, you're going to cost yourself money next year too. So it benefits Chaz Coleman to come here, buy in, and play hard.
I mean, I know Nico's a quarterback, but that's a pretty prime example. Look at where he's at now. I mean, just completely lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, like,
nobody's talking about Nico as a big NFL prospect, are they?
No, like,
I mean, 3-9 at UCLA.
Yeah, like no serious prospects when it comes to the NFL. None of that, at least at the moment. But the years are flying by. If my boy Brett's listening, I was told him that Nico could still be here as a true junior, but hell, he wouldn't be. He'd be either a redshirt junior or go to the NFL. He was draft eligible last year and just couldn't crack the damn projections. It hasn't gone well for him.
No.
Apologies to Brett. I guess my brain was a little sore from the treadmill. Bubba, hour one's in the books. Send us to break. Hour two's coming at you. Stick with us.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
Ever been the coach who realized the team's gear just wasn't up to par? Well, if I'm being honest, that was me. Just a downright irresponsible and plain bad coach. Then SM Athletics changed the game. I want you to picture this. I walk into their store, a coach with a vision. SM Athletics didn't just see a coach. They saw a team's potential, and they delivered custom uniforms so striking. Our team's spirit soared. From cutting-edge apparel to top-notch equipment, SM Athletics transformed our presence. No more unreliable online orders or envying the other team's style. SM Athletics stands for quality, design, and on-time delivery every time. Coaches, elevate your team with SM Athletics. Call 865 855-966-3434 or visit smathletics.com. Get the best for your team, delivered right and on time. So, elevate your team's game by contacting SM Athletics today.
All right, next up we have Brother Mixer, Spryler Coat. You're listening to Talk Sports.
Well, let's just ask John which one he uses.
I go
I should say, not a restaurant. I don't think that's right.
9 of 14 SEC athletic directors that responded to an On3 poll want more than a 16-team college football playoff, directly opposing Commissioner Sankey's.
Hold on. Say that one more time.
9 of the 14 SEC ADs that responded to On3 want more than a 16-team playoff.
Of course they do, because it equals more money.
Directly opposing Commissioner Sankey's 16-team preference. Well, I think it's more about the access that, like you saw Danny White talking about yesterday.
The access is equal to money.
It gives more teams a chance to. Well, I think the coaches, they're looking at preserving their jobs.
Which is more money, and also like, hey, I hit my bonus for making the playoff. Remember, you put that in my contract. Hey, where's my $1 million? Money, please.
Danny White spoke yesterday. He said, I think the percentage of teams with access to the postseason in football is low, and I think we need more access.
The more we talk about it, first of all, Danny White needs to do something with the hair.
Yeah, he's looking weird.
I don't like the hair, Danny White. And look, I understand I am bald. You can make hair jokes at me. The curly hair, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or what, brother, but it's not working for you. It makes you look like a villain, and it makes you look less smart. When I saw the video, they were asking him about something, and he's like, I don't remember saying that. But like him talking about access just kind of pissed me off. And the more people talk about this, the more I'm hoping Greg Sankey buckles down, battens the hatches, digs his heels in, and says, we ain't doing it. I don't want 24 teams. No fans, strangely enough, Cody, want 24 teams.
You need to get on board with this if you want to see Tennessee in the playoffs.
I don't want Tennessee to be in the playoff if it's a fake playoff. I don't want to see them in the playoff.
We got a 24-team playoff type of coach.
That's fine. If Tennessee isn't going to be an actual contender, I don't want them to make the playoff.
I don't like that.
And I think these coaches also need to be careful what they wish for. A little monkey paw for them, because if they're talking about the 2014 playoff and they're talking about, access and they're talking about job security, here's what I'm going to say. If we have a 2014 playoff and we don't make it, fire the coach immediately.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Making the playoff.
You're saying if we can't seriously win a championship, you don't want to see us in the playoffs?
At this point, like I won't say I don't want to see us in the playoff, but I'm not going to get fired up to see us in the playoff.
Well, you want to see the Titans make the playoffs.
If it's a 2014 playoff and we get in at like number 20, that's not going to feel like some big, huge accomplishment to me. If you win a playoff game, that would change. But like getting there is not an accomplishment at that point to me, or at least like one to really celebrate.
I think being at the table, I think there's something to say for that. And then it's a one-game situation. I mean, nobody thought Ole Miss would be in the Final Four of the playoffs this year, but they advanced.
Yeah, but see, those are different. That was a 12-team playoff, so like they had never made it before, so it was an accomplishment. They would have made it in a 12-team playoff. I think being 22nd in the country and getting invited is a little bit different. Won't feel like near as much of an accomplishment. But like the excitement for making the playoffs is hoping that you can actually win and advance. So like you said, I would be excited the Titans made the playoffs. Yeah, this year. But like when they made the playoffs and lost their first game, with Tannehill, when we lost to the Ravens, I didn't look at that as a big accomplishment. You got to get there and actually win. So like the expansion whole thing is obviously just going to water it down. But again, these coaches better be careful what they wish for, because they're talking about, hey, like, Eli Drinkwitz was crying all year about it. Like, these fans, they only care about the playoff, and our season's not a success unless we make the playoff. And if we don't, we're failures. What do you think we're going to say if you can't make a damn 24-team playoff?
Well, you're right about that. You are right about that. President Trump has indicated that he will sign a bill making daylight saving time permanent. I don't know if you saw this was proposed in Congress. I don't remember if it was the House or the Senate or something. I saw something about it last week. But now the president is indicating he would sign the bill.
He would.
making the daylight saving time permanent. I think there's some real momentum with
I
this.
don't care. Let me know if it happens.
I will.
I'm so tired of hearing about this. We've been talking about this damn daylight savings time
I'm so
for
tired of hearing about it. This
20
is,
years.
It's just now coming to the...
No, 20 years we've been talking about this.
Yeah, but they're pushing it
Yeah,
now in
okay.
Congress.
Let me know when it gets to the finish line.
I will.
20 years we've been, we should change it. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, we should just make it permanent.
Hey, I will let you know.
You let me know, my newsman.
And you'll be happy to hear it, I hope.
I don't want to hear another update until it's final.
All right. Well, how about
I feel the daylight savings time. I feel about like I do with Lane Kiffin. I'm tired of hearing about it.
You feel like the sun is setting on this discussion.
That's how I feel.
Well, how about an update on Packers star running back Josh Jacobs, who has turned himself into police in Wisconsin? Battery of the domestic abuse type, criminal damage to property of the domestic abuse type, disorderly conduct of the domestic abuse type, strangulation and suffocation, and intimidation of a victim. Sounds like some pretty serious charges.
Yeah. A couple of things stood out. One, that random Twitter account tweeted a picture of OJ's Bronco like 3 days ago, and it's like Josh Jacobs right now. So he had the inside scoop. People are like, how the hell do you know this? Also, like, Josh Jacobs is kind of getting to that point where he's not going to be worth the trouble and the headache. Like, he was pretty good last year still, but you better be careful because you're a running back approaching 30. Teams ain't going to be as receptive to you being a criminal and a terrible person if you play 15 games like you did last year and couldn't break 1,000 yards. Better be careful.
Josh Jacobs saw mandatory OTAs and interpreted as off-season threat and assault, says one commenter. Another writes, comparing the media coverage of Josh Jacobs and Jackson Dart makes for interesting sociological analysis. I think I'm out on Jackson Dart. I saw a resurfaced photo of him after he killed a big cat.
Yeah.
A big innocent cat. One of those kills for pleasure. I don't like those. I don't like when guys do that. He wasn't hunting the cat to eat it. He was not eating the cat.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to kill a beautiful creature out in the wild, you should eat it.
Or make sure that they are like predators. Like every now and then you need to go kill animals that are like just kind of hurting the ecosystem. Like coyotes or something.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat coyote, but I'm on board with some of that stuff.
I'm not big on the big game hunters. If you're not going to eat the animal.
Now, they will say sometimes about like the elephant poaching, like sometimes those are just old, mean elephants who are still trying to take control of the tribe or the pack, if you will, but they're too old to mate the young elephants. They're too young to mate the women. So, like, you actually need to kill those elephants to let the young elephants go spread its seed, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just what some people say with the elephant.
That sounds like people just defending the. I don't know. I mean, I don't know
You can look into it.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. There's science behind it.
I'm just not a fan. I don't like that.
All right. Speaking of big cats, meow. Anything else?
Ben McKee points out an analysis from 64 Analytics, whatever that is. Tennessee has the most difficult path to Omaha, according to these metrics.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. We called it the region of death yesterday.
This is of all the teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we call it the region of death. They got a really tough 3 seed, the highest 4 seed in the field, and North Carolina is a number 4 RPI team. So if Tennessee is going to successfully navigate their way out, they're going to have to really, really earn it.
And an update on yesterday's Laura Rutledge news. Matt Berry will replace Laura Rutledge as the host of SEC Nation, with the show eyeing halftime shows in SEC stadiums this fall, sources told On3 and Brett McMurphy. Berry, of course, an ESPN studio and college football final host the past 8 years.
Okay.
He will still do play-by-play for Thursday night ESPN games.
All right.
So the SEC Nation looking at doing halftime shows in stadiums this fall. How about that?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Smokey the Dog Nation.
Dynamite drop in there, Bubba. Smokey the Dog Nation.
Speaking of dogs, a Nebraska woman has been hospitalized after a dog in another vehicle accidentally fired a shotgun at her.
Do you think the owners left the car running? Or do you think he was trying to blast his way out to like get some fresh air?
It's hard to say.
Leaving a shotgun just in your car seems crazy with a dog in it. Like, it just seems.
I wonder if this was an aggressive dog breed who fired this shotgun at her.
I don't know. I would say probably not. Probably just a damn nosy one. Like, I feel like if I left something in my car and I leave Frank in there,
he wouldn't fire a shotgun at a woman.
Frank starts sniffing around though. Like if you just sniff it, I'm not the best. I'm not a gun expert, far from it. But like shotguns, always feel like they are pretty easy to set off. At least that's the perception I had about them as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the trigger and everything, I just stayed away from them.
Toe tap.
Yeah, like I just stayed away from them. So like I feel like having a shotgun there.
I love shotguns,
but I feel like if I had one in my car, like if Frank
shoot skeet.
Frank tried to hop in the back seat or something, he could easily like knock into it and set it off.
Frank's a good boy.
No,
he wouldn't do that.
He's kind of a jerk.
He's got a good heart.
He's kind of a jerk. He's a selfish guy. If he was trapped in a car and wanted out, he'd blast his way out. He wouldn't care who was on the other side.
I guess Sam has
quit the show for the day.
Retired.
He says he said he threw up earlier. That's why he was out.
Sam has retired.
See you later, Sam. Bubba, I hope the help was good for like 10 minutes. You're back to solo duty. I was feeling like you were underutilized today, so that's good. You're back in the saddle. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Dates coming out of the SEC meeting so far. You gave me the one that, 9 of the 14 ADs want a 2014 playoff. Gross.
Mike Elko says he wants 40. He says that way he guarantees he won't be fired.
Gross. Again, be careful what you wish for, brother. And also, I don't think coaches. I mean, maybe in college football it won't happen, although I don't necessarily believe it. But like, coaches get fired in the NFL after making the playoffs all the time. Like, making a 40-team playoff isn't going to necessarily save your job. Missing a 40-team playoff is going to cost you your job. Missing a 2014 playoff, as far as I'm concerned, puts you on the hot seat. Again, if Josh Heupel misses a 2014 playoff, which we would have done this year, we would not have been a top 25 team this year. To me, that's an automatic. You come in the next year on the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, totally fair.
If you miss a 2014 playoff 2 years in a row, automatic firing.
Well, especially when your spending is like that of a top 10 roster.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not getting the coaching.
Yeah, I'm not saying Kentucky has to have those rules, but at Tennessee,
right.
If you miss a 2014 playoff, hot seat.
Tennessee should be expected year in and year out to be in a 2014 playoff.
You miss it the next year, automatic firing. Hell, as a 12-team playoff, I feel like you should at least be in contention and make it once every. I mean, honestly, I feel like you should make the 12-team playoff once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe I could extend that to once every 3 years, but like, if Josh Heupel doesn't make the 12-team playoff this year,
hot seat.
We'll see. If it's a 9-3 and you narrowly miss, maybe I won't put you on the hot seat. But like, if you don't even like look like you're alive at all for it, hot seat. Hot seat.
Fire it up.
One of the other things. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say you're getting a lot of the coaches, a lot of comments coming out from these spring meetings from the coaches. But we can get to those in headlines. Is that what you were about to say? Were you about to?
No, I was going to say that the SEC also said they are ending the mockery that is the second to last week in college football.
That's right. No more cupcake games in November.
No more cupcake week, as they call it, which is the penultimate week of the season. They said, okay, this is gross. Last year, you may recall, Cody, a pretty average Tennessee football team was the primetime game of the week in the SEC as they went to a 3-win Florida team.
Yes.
And it was because it was pretty much the only conference game last year. It didn't do good ratings, of course, because why would it?
Well, look, I'm all for playing more meaningful games, but that's why I'm on the side of the playoff expanding, because I just know the more meaningful games you play, the more losses. You're not going to win all those games. You know what I mean? The days of 10-2 are. It's not going to be as easy to go 10-2 as it was 3 years ago. And to me, that all circles back to that's why I'm for the playoff expansion, because I do want us to play more meaningful games. I mean, I hate those weeks where we play Bowling Green or UTEP or whatever.
I've got a crazy idea in the face of expansion. How about we just fix the process of judging these teams?
And what do you mean by that?
We'll see it. We'll see this year whether or not they do it. But like, acknowledging that a 9-3 SEC team may be going to be better than a 10-win Big Ten team or a 10-win ACC team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just saying, hey, you could probably now maybe the loss to Florida disqualified them, but like Texas probably did have to feel like they were going crazy being punished so much last year for losing at Ohio State. Like that loss, that loss being your third loss shouldn't necessarily disqualify you or put you behind every 10-win team, which it felt like it did at times last year. Now, again, they lost to Florida, so I didn't have as much sympathy for them. But we'll see this year how they judge the 9-win SEC teams. Let's try that before we jump to 24. Let's try to fix our judging.
Well, the problem with that is it's subjective. You're leaving that up to people in a room. That's the problem that I have is like the selection process, like you're saying, but it's always going to be subjective. It's always going to be, they do that little interview on ESPN and the AD in charge always looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we took their schedule and we really valued they did that win in September, and it's always so easy for other people to point out the
flaws in their logic.
Yes. And well, you judge this team this way, but what about this team that was the same exact scenario? You judge them differently.
The hypocrisy.
Well, yeah. And then the AD's always like, just got his,
They say dumb stuff like, they really should get rid of that show. Like, if ESPN is really interested in protecting the 12-team playoff, which it does seem like ESPN is saying, hey, we don't want the 12-team playoff, and that's part of the reason the SEC commissioner is so firmly against it, they should probably just get rid of the ranking reveal show, because all it does is lead to angry discourse, and it leads to an opportunity to put the chairman on there and let him sound like a real dumbass, which then leads to people pointing out he's a dumbass and pointing out how flawed the process is.
And then they got to put a new guy in charge who runs into the same problem.
Right. So if they just quit letting that guy talk,
well, the beauty,
we wouldn't complain about the rankings as much, and the whole playoff expansion thing wouldn't be as much of a talking point. Now, look, one more point. I will say the media is very culpable in this. They should be blamed for this. Like, the college football media, I think, are a bunch of dorks for the most part, and like pretty much all of them are railing against the 2014 playoff right now.
Not Tim Brando,
but like the ones that are railing against it, you're partly to blame for this, because you spend so much damn time talking about how they got it wrong and talking about the rankings and arguing about it, which makes them think, hey, there's room here to open it up and let more teams in. We got to get this right, because, oh man, how did we not let Notre Dame in last year? Oh, that was terrible. We can't let Notre Dame get left out ever again. Oh, you're right. You got to put SMU in 2 years ago because they were 11-1 and ACC champions. You got to reward them for playing absolutely nobody and blowing their play-in game against Clemson. You got to put them in. That's what all the media dorks said. So now the college football powers are like, you know what? If we expand it, we can just let all these teams in, get more meaningful games.
The beauty of the NFL and the problem with college, to me, will always be the same, is the NFL is just decided on the field. There's no selection process. You ain't got to worry about it. A team either wins the amount of games they got to win or they don't. And there's clear tiebreakers and everything is simple. But the problem is, see, in the NFL, what is it you always say? All 32 teams are professional teams. So you have balanced schedules. College football, you're always going to have these unbalanced schedules unless you just have a league that is literally one conference.
Well, I think that's what Danny White is that's what Danny White is pushing for. Like he keeps trying to lead the charge that all these schools need to come together and have a collectively bargained agreement. Now, he's talking about that through NIL and like making sure players have contracts and everything. But like the natural next step in that is to have a collectively bargained agreement of like, hey, here's how the playoff's going to work. The top 10 SEC teams get in. The top 4 ACC teams get in. Tiebreaker goes here, yada, yada, yada. That's the natural progression.
To simplify it makes sense so that it's not a bunch of jerks sitting around in a room, and it's, college selection remains subjective because of imbalance. Like, if you had some clear parameters, then I do think it would be so much better of a product.
Well, also socialism.
What do you mean by that?
We're just afraid to tell everybody the truth, that not everybody's equal.
Right. like the other conferences.
Yeah, like we try to make everybody feel equal. That the underdogs deserve a shot. Like putting 2 Group 5 teams in the playoff last year is part of the reason this all got ruined.
Yeah, well,
really having to include one of the Group 5 teams is annoying enough, but they let 2 get in last year, which made Notre Dame get left out, which made this whole thing blow up. So like socialism, where we had to take care of the little guy.
For sure. And college football is stuck in the past in a lot of ways. You know, it's not the same game that it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And to some people, they still view it that way because it's like, well, every conference should have a proper seat at the table. You know, the conferences are equal. They're not equal.
And that's part of the reason I'm in favor. I am standing with Greg Sankey because that's part of what he said is like, hey, I don't think there should be any automatic qualifiers.
I would stand with you if we were going to really do that and just take the top schools and make it about them. But I also don't want to find ourselves just playing each other. You know what I mean? Like, I think you need you want college football to be national. You don't want this to go back to the days of regional wrestling.
No, but what I want is, well, some people say those were the best times when it was just regional wrestling and you had guys that's going into different territories and yada, 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 but that's neither here nor there.
Like, I don't want my college football. I don't want to get in the playoff and it's just, well, this is the SEC. Whoever wins the SEC is your national champion. Like, I want USC involved. I want Michigan involved.
Here's the damn solution. Find you a damn time machine. Find you a damn one-wish willow and wish that all the conference realignment just snapped back into place and we got 10 teams on the Pacific and the winner of that conference gets an automatic qualifier. We got 12 teams on the Atlantic coast. Whoever wins that conference gets an automatic qualifier. The best team in the South gets one, and let's just go from there. But, like, the automatic qualifier thing is just dumb when you have a conference in the SEC that has, what would you say, 13 teams, 12 teams that year in, year out is going to be better than the second best team in the Big 12.
Or they're at least serious about contending.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, any given year, the 12 rotate, but, like, within a 4-year process, pretty much 12 SEC teams are going to be more serious and better teams than whatever the second best team in the Big 12 is right now behind Texas Tech.
Right.
Now,
it's the depth of the league.
Texas Tech, I think, is going to buy their seat at the table of being thought of as a legitimate team. Like, I think they're going to spend enough money where they are going to be looked at as like, hey, you're legit. But, like, year in, year out, Oklahoma State ain't going to be legit. Colorado ain't going to be legit. I don't even know, other
Arizona.
Teams. Yeah, like those teams are going to
Baylor.
So, like, one
Cal.
Yeah, like one guaranteed spot might not even be, might not even be correct.
You have half of the problem is you have these power conferences. Half of the teams are not serious. They're not serious programs.
Right.
Stanford is not a serious football program anymore. Neither is Cal. Neither is Boston College, Syracuse. I mean, you go down the list. Rutgers. I mean,
so that's why I'm standing with Greg Sankey, though, because these conferences and this expanded playoff, they want to be like, hey, 6 Big 10 spots, 4 ACC spots, 4 Big 12 spots. And he's like, why should I agree to that? Why should I put a hard cap on us if we're going to 24?
When we have 12 relevant
Yeah,
teams.
when we have 12 teams that should make a playoff. I'm not giving away 10 of those spots.
Now, he's right about that.
Even in a 12 or a 16 playoff, like if there shouldn't be guaranteed spots. Because guess what? If you're a really good team and you win the SEC, guess what's going to happen? You're going to qualify. The SEC and the Big Ten, we don't have to whine and bitch begging for automatic qualifiers for a conference champion. You know why? Because if they win the conference, they're going to be respected enough and good enough to where they get a seat at the table.
What if you just put a star by the programs that matter? What if you made college football like a relegation system? And this year the Tier 1 championship will be decided between these 20 teams.
American sports are too much of cowards to do that. Like, I know you don't care about European soccer at all, but like I give them credit because they say, hey, we're going to do that. And they just had one of their biggest spenders. They had one of their biggest franchises just stare relegation in the face last weekend, where if they would have lost, they'd have had to go to League Two. It would have been one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to any big-time franchise in any level of sports. It would have been awful.
Like, have a championship at every level. Like, have Arizona play Boston College for the Tier 2 college football championship.
And if you win that, guess what? If you finish in the top 3 there, you get to move up. You get to play for the big.
That's not a bad idea. If I
The
do
problem
say
there
so
is
myself.
that everything's so year to year that like American teams would never do that in any sport because if things go wrong, they'd lose so much money. Like imagine the year, just Butch Jones's last year. You go 4-8, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're down in tier 2.
Well, we were a tier 2 program,
right? But then now all of a sudden, players aren't coming, and you'd just be cooked. Like it would completely cost you hundreds of millions of dollars, and like fold your university
without parameters. That
yeah,
fix
so they
that.
would never do it, and like no NFL team would do it because what if their quarterback gets hurt? Like the year Peyton Manning got hurt, and like they sucked for luck. Instead, we reward our teams here in America for sucking for a year. In Europe, they say, "Hey, you're going down to the loser bracket, brother."
Yeah.
But Americans, we would never do that because the valuations of the franchise would get absolutely tanked, and they'd be looked at as
the Cowboys would no longer be the Cowboys.
Right. If they're having to play in the UFL, they go from being worth $10 billion to $4 billion.
Well, it's a little
They'd still be the
complicated,
Cowboys.
There's
Say what, Bubba?
They'd still be the Cowboys.
They'd still be the Cowboys, but like the Browns, the Titans, if the Titans had to go down to the UFL, like they might not ever get back.
it is a little more complicated when you look at it being different sports. Football's different than football.
So like they're never going to do the relegation stuff, even though it would maybe make the most sense in college, because we should just say, hey, 40 teams in college football actually matter. Hey, here's a 12-team playoff for 40 teams that are eligible.
But could you not still climb out of the cellar if you had the boosters, the right people spending money to do that? Like Texas Tech has essentially done that. Nobody's ever taken them seriously.
No, you could. And like it might motivate those other schools in tier 2 to start spending big money to try to buy their way into the main dance, which would then put pressure on the Tennessees of the world to not fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You could have a cap on every tier.
They're just not ever going to do that because they're cowards.
No, I mean, that's just, we're just thinking of fantasies at this point. But
with that being said, I am in favor of them getting rid of Cupcake Weekend. I am in favor of at least making sure that we are playing good football, which is funny because the Big Ten is kicking the SEC's ass right now in terms of these negotiations, because that's something the Big Ten's made fun of the SEC forever. It's like, hey, they only play 8 games. Hey, look at Alabama. They get an extra bye week right before Thanksgiving. They don't play anybody. Now the SEC is like, hey, here's a 9-game conference schedule. And, oh, by the way, we're not doing that bye week before rivalry week anymore. We're going to make sure you're playing a big conference game. Now, it's because ESPN is telling the SEC, hey, we don't want a week ever again where we have to put a 3-win Florida team on prime time where we get under 5 million viewers and we get embarrassed. So you better make sure there's at least one good game that we're playing. This year, Cupcake Week, here's the schedule. Chattanooga at Alabama, Samford at Auburn, Vandy at Florida, Wofford at Ole Miss, Tennessee Tech at Mississippi State, Kentucky at Missouri, A&M at Oklahoma, Georgia at South Carolina, LSU at Tennessee, Arkansas at Texas. So like Cupcake Week 2026, there's a pretty good chance, Cody, that Tennessee is on TV again hosting Lane Kiffin and LSU, depending on how Texas A&M and Oklahoma look. It really seems like right now those are the only two games I'd look at as primetime potential.
Oh, Tennessee LSU should be your prime.
It should be. But if Texas A&M and Oklahoma are top, 15 teams, there's a chance they get that as well.
That still sounds like Cupcake Week to me. Georgia and South Carolina, come on now.
Well,
Arkansas.
It is a cupcake for Georgia.
No, it is still Cupcake Week, Bubba. They're saying starting in 2027, there's going to be a full slate of SEC games. So like Alabama won't get to play Chattanooga. Auburn doesn't get to play Samford anymore. It'll be all 8 conference games. You'll still have, potential of playing the worst team in the conference, but like you don't get to have a bought bye week anymore. Anything else?
I'm in favor of that. I just want Tennessee to be positioned well. It's hard for me to not look at this with orange tinted glasses. A lot of this conversation,
and I understand what you're saying, but like I don't want to cater to Tennessee if Tennessee's not worth catering for.
Mm-hmm.
If Tennessee can actually contend and beat teams, I want to make the playoff, but I don't want to get in the playoff without a realistic shot of like doing something there. To me, that's just The 2014 playoff has a chance of that first round feeling like just a bowl games.
It just depends on what you consider doing something.
Yeah.
Like, say Tennessee's the 18th best team in the country, maybe they're capable of winning 2 playoff games. And maybe you didn't expect to have that good of a run in the playoffs, but hey, we won 2 games and you feel a little better about yourself.
Sure. Again, if we get to me, it'd be about getting there and doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if we made the 12-team playoff 3 years in a row, I'm not going to be doing backflips if we go 0-3 and we never do something and win a playoff game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bubba, send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Was Bubba cutting you? Was he trying to cut you off, Bubba? Was he waving to you?
I was just waving to Bubba.
Oh, well, Bubba cut the music off as you were waving. I wasn't sure. Did we run out? Did I wait too long?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, my bad. We're back. The segment is brought to you by my friend Josh Travis with Foundation Mortgage. I know the home market might be a little scary right now, but if you want to start that process or you want to talk to him about a refinance, see if it makes sense for you, shoot Josh an email at jtravis@fmloans.com, jtravis@fmloans.com, or you can call or text him at 423-312-9777. That's 423-312-9777. We haven't talked to you about the NBA last night. I assume that means you didn't hit your parlay.
I mean, what kind of bum is 7'5" and can't collect 10 rebounds?
I do got to say,
I mean, come on.
Last night was about as black of an eye as you could have if you're Victor Wembanyama. I am so disappointed in him. It felt like that series was there for the taking. The Thunder are without two of their best perimeter players. The Spurs whipped their ass in Game 4. The Thunder were a little hobbled. They come out and the first quarter, and SGA looks pretty terrible. I think he called it the worst first quarter he's ever played. And instead, the Spurs let him off the hook, in large part because Victor Wembanyama let him off the hook. 4 of 15 from the damn field. You're mad about the rebounds. He only had 6 rebounds. I believe he only had 1 at halftime.
He did only have 1 at halftime.
He was completely
a 7'5". You can't get 10 rebounds.
It felt like he was completely non-existent in that game.
This is your GOAT. This is the guy everybody tells me is going to be the GOAT. 7'5", can't get 10 rebounds.
I don't think, not getting 10 rebounds in the a game in his third season disqualifies him from being the GOAT.
I needed 10 rebounds.
And look,
Chet Holmgren got 10 rebounds.
He did. Chet Holmgren played well. He's the one that set the tone for them and kept them alive in the first quarter.
I had at 13-1 plus 1,300 odds. Holmgren and Wemby both with double doubles, and
that was it. That was 13-1,
and Oklahoma City covering.
That was 13-1.
Well, it was live, so I got a live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
did you make it when Wemby had 1 rebound, or when did you make that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I was aware of the risk. I went and checked the stats.
Well, no, that's fine.
But the guy had 24 in game 1.
That's completely fine. I didn't know if you got that before the game.
No,
those are crazy odds.
No, but both of those guys having double doubles and Oklahoma City covering. I was 1 leg short, and it was Wemby's. I mean, not being able to get 10 rebounds is crazy.
Well,
when you're 7'5",
not too well, actually, but I will say, the first 2 games, 24, 17. But this is now 3 straight games where he has failed to really rebound. He hasn't been rebounding as well. 4, 8, and 6.
Is that an effort thing, or is Oklahoma City doing something different?
Oklahoma City's done something different, and I give their coach a lot of credit for going back to Hartenstein. They've done some double big lineups, and they're doing everything they can to keep Wemby away from the rim. They are packing the paints. Whereas in the first game, I think Hartenstein played 5 minutes. And it was pretty much Chet on an island out there. They decided, hey, we're going to do a little bit more size here and just try to make life difficult.
And the rest of the Spurs ain't good enough.
Hartenstein played 12 minutes, in game 1. But that, not a lot. You know what I mean? Especially in a double overtime game.
Well, the guys on the radio last night were criticizing Wemby for pulling up from 3, taking these damn 28-foot threes when he should be going to the rim.
I think Wemby had a terrible game. And I was disappointed. I was rooting for the Spurs last night, and I came out very, very disappointed with the way he played. I won't say that he was just pulling from 3. I mean, he had 15 field goal attempts, 5 of them from 3. So it's not like he just lived out there, but point being, he needs more than 15 attempts, or he needs more than 15 shots in general, but he definitely needs more than 10 two-point attempts. Now, with that came 12 free throws, which means he got fouled probably at least, 3 times attempting shots.
How many times did SGA fall down? Did we have a count on his falls last night?
I will say SGA seemed as if he was not falling as much on his shot attempts, but I did see him flopping around every time he was dribbling than like he took any contact. The shot attempts is what was driving a lot of people crazy, and it did seem like he at least kept his footing on most of those, but he was still flailing around and still shot 17 free throws. It was a dreadful game to watch. The Thunder are basketball terrorists, and the Spurs play like dumbasses. So that was a bad combination last night because I do think they were fouling on a lot of those away from the ball, away from the basket for no reason. They were just being dumb.
I think I am now rooting for the Knicks. And,
I think I am too.
And I know you don't like the New York fans, but I think I like them as a team.
Yeah.
I think I like Brunson. When I heard that he took less money to be a Knick and that so he could get his guys around him, and they got that core. I like that those guys have been together since college, at Villanova, Mikal Bridges, and having those guys like together. To me, that's a better story. It's a good story. And watching Brunson maybe become a superstar if they were to win it all. Because I hate Oklahoma City, that team. I hate that team. I've always hated Chet Holmgren ever since I first saw him at Gonzaga. I said, I hate that guy. That guy right there, I hate that guy. And this damn flopping around, I mean, it's the worst thing about today's game, the SGA, And Wemby clearly don't want it. So
Brunson does a little flopping, but not anywhere to the level of SGA. Like Brunson's a little maddening when it comes to that. I know I'll end up watching, but I'm not excited for the Knicks against either one of these teams, just from a rooting standpoint. But it will be, at least, it'll feel cool watching either one of these teams go into the Garden and go up against the Knicks fans, and like the Garden treatment for SGA will be fun to watch. Whoever it ends up being, which, I mean, at this point,
I'm going to throw my sausage and peppers at him.
I find it hard to think that the Spurs are going to win 2 in a row. Not impossible. I do think they could win Game 6 at home, and then Game 7 is just kind of a roll of dice. We'll see what happens. Those games usually devolve into rock fights. There's just so much pressure. You're so tired. Your legs are gone. It's low scoring. Anything can kind of happen.
What's a rock fight? Game 7?
Yeah, typically Game 7s are just like really low scoring because guys are so tense. There's so much pressure, and then they're just worn down and tired.
Well, San Antonio's just got to win one more at home.
Yeah, I mean, if you're San Antonio, you would roll the dice in Game 7 and think that you could steal it.
Find a way to get Game 6.
I'll be interested to see how they respond. Last night, the Thunder's role players stepped up. SGA had 32 points, but I didn't think he played necessarily well, with 7 of 19 from the field. But Jared McCain scored 20 points. Alex Caruso was hitting shots again. He scored 22 points. And those guys outplayed all the Spurs pretty much, except maybe Champagnie. Outside of that, like Wembanyama sucked. De'Aaron Fox sucked. Devin Vassell sucked. Stephon Castle was pretty good. Did you see at the end of the game, though, when Wemby maybe set the code red? They had 2 goons check in, Mason Plumlee and Bismack Biyombo, 2 big guys. And with about 2 minutes left, he whispers in their ear as he's coming off the court.
Mason Plumlee and who?
Bismack Biyombo. Watch this. All right, so
Bismack Biyombo.
Yeah, watch this. So Wemby whispers in their ears.
Is that a circus performer?
Don't be disrespectful to African names. Respect other cultures.
What if he was Slovakian?
Well, he's not. He's African.
Same thing.
Well, he's African. You're talking. Yeah, just I don't make fun of their names.
You wouldn't have said a word if he was Slovakian.
I don't know his names. You wouldn't have said a word.
I didn't know he was African.
You wouldn't have said it was a circus name.
Bismack
You haven't said that once about
Biyombo.
Luka Doncic, but you see there. You see when he comes in right here, right after getting the code red. Let's see here. Just a boom, elbow right there in the back with 2 minutes left on a guy that's got 20 points against him. And according to Jared McCain, after he says after the game in an interview, I was on the free throw line and I looked at him and I said, "What the hell was that for?" And he said, "Be ready because there's another one coming too." He said, so I just stayed in the corner after that for the last minute and a half. I didn't try to drive to the basket at all anymore, or do anything else, or set any screens.
I'm glad Wemby could send the goons in since he couldn't do anything himself.
Yeah, people are saying, though, that if the Thunder did that, we'd be having a completely different conversation about how dirty they are, but we're letting it slide with the Spurs.
The fact that we have to root for the Knicks is ridiculous.
It doesn't make me happy.
Me neither, really, but
it doesn't make me happy. I don't want to root.
I got to root for somebody.
For them at all. Bub, anything to add? I want to make sure you're properly utilized. You got any NBA takes?
Go team.
Go team. Which team? Both teams? All three teams? Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
ice came that heat.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house. I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Want to remind you that on Friday, Tennessee baseball taking on the ECU Pirates.
who?
Our matey.
Who?
We will be watching live at Barley's in the Old City if you want to come hang out, make plans to come watch with us. Take a half a day. It'll be fine. It's a holiday week, basically. No one gets anything done on Memorial Day week. Next week, that's when you can lock in. Come hang out with us at Barley's in the Old City. They got general team trivia tonight if you're looking for something to do. All right, Cody Mack, let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got?
Thank you, John. We have a lot of news to get to. Beginning with Joe Mazzulla is the NBA Coach of the Year. Say what?
Here's what I got a problem with.
Huh?
Here's what I got a problem with. And look, there's no reason in crying over it for me at this point. But I wanted my guy, Ansi Sala from the Hawks, to win Executive of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they give it to the GM, the guy that's like building the roster. They gave it to Brad Stevens.
Boston.
They gave it to Brad Stevens. And then they're like, well, Brad Stevens got it because they won 50 games and he got them out of the luxury tax penalty and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Then how the hell are we also going to give Joe Mazzulla Coach of the Year? Because he's getting rewarded for getting them to 50 wins too. So which one was it? Was the roster really good because Brad Stevens put it together? Or was Joe Mazzulla coaching the boys up above their head? It can't be both.
Is 50 wins in the East and then falling short in the playoffs worth Coach of the Year?
Well, it's a regular season award.
Okay.
It's a regular season award.
So they don't consider those.
No. And they won 56 games. And the East was pretty good this year. I know you don't believe that with the way the playoffs went, but the East was pretty good this year. And also they didn't have Jason Tatum for like 55 of the games. So like the Celtics were probably – everyone kept calling it a gap year coming into the season. That they were just.
So you think it was a good job by Mazzulla?
I do think it was a good job. Now I think he got embarrassed in the playoffs. Like I think he completely burned all his goodwill in the playoffs. Game 7, go back and look at who the hell they started in Game 7. He brought 3 guys out that doesn't ever even really play, and for some reason decided he was going to start them in that game. And of course, they get off to a really slow start. They started Baylor Shireman.
Yes,
Ron Harper,
I remember him from Game of Thrones.
Ron Harper Jr. and Luka Garza. They put them in the starting lineup for no reason at all, and they got off to a bad start. In Luka Garza's 9 minutes, he was minus 15. In Ron Harper's 4 minutes, he only played the first 4 minutes of the game. He was minus 7.
Ron Harper, that's a banker.
Well, that's Dylan Harper's brother and Ron Harper's son, but I don't think he banks. I think he plays basketball. Point being, Mazzulla did some goofy.
Shot, maybe
he did some goofy stuff in the playoffs, but I do think he was pretty good in the regular season.
Meanwhile, Kenny Atkinson will return next season as the Cavs head coach, and the Cavs are planning to sign James Harden to a long-term deal to stay in Cleveland, says Brian Windedhorse. The NCAA denied Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby's request for eligibility reinstatement yesterday. That was big news yesterday afternoon. We haven't even touched on it yet. Sorsby denied officially.
Yeah, he still got a chance to go sue.
And
it's not over for him yet. So like he still got a chance to go sue. And
yeah, you'd probably predict that the NCAA was going to deny him. In hockey news, the Golden Knights swept the Avalanche and have reached the Stanley Cup final for the third time in 9 seasons as a franchise. They've already been around 9 years. Can you believe that? The Vegas Golden Knights. Man, that's crazy, isn't it?
9 years does seem kind of
9
crazy.
years. It seems like they just came on the scene. So Vegas will be in the Stanley Cup against who? You might ask. Is it Carolina or
it's Buffalo, ain't it?
Is it Buffalo?
Or is it Winnipeg? Who won between Buffalo and Winnipeg?
I thought Carolina was in the mix.
Hell, I don't know. Bubba, help us.
Bubba, what's going on in hockey?
Bubba, help us.
It's coming down between Carolina and Montreal.
Montreal, not
Carolina
Winnipeg.
or Montreal.
Not Montreal. Yeah. I was in the Bahamas watching that, and some people were hooting and hollering and going crazy for that. Is it not Buffalo that I was watching? What the hell's going on here? When was I in the Bahamas? I'm trying to look this up.
Maybe Buffalo was playing when you were in the Bahamas, but they're not
When
playing
was I in
now.
the Bahamas?
Buffalo got beat by Montreal.
In Game 7, right? In overtime. Yep. What day was that?
That was on Monday, May 18th, last Monday.
Okay.
So Golden Knights against Carolina or
that was
Montreal.
only the second round. Okay. So then, so then Montreal and Carolina played. Who won between Montreal and Carolina?
Its series is still ongoing.
Okay.
Chargers and Derwin James agreed to.
Hold on. Las Vegas swept Colorado?
Yeah, so Colorado.
What the hell happened there? Colorado
injuries.
Huh?
Injuries.
Okay.
So McCarr was out and battling some stuff, and the other guy too. But also Vegas had an injury like early on, but they were able to kind of get over that. Like Cross, I think is the guy's name.
Okay.
But
that's fine. I was just confused because I thought they were kind of a tank this year.
Derwin James and the Chargers agreed to a $75 million extension. Coach Urban Meyer says Ed Orgeron is a certified nut job. So that's his opinion on Coach O, coming from Urban Meyer. And
I used to think Urban Meyer was so smart.
Joy Behar. He also called Coach O maybe the greatest defensive line coach of all time.
Okay.
So that's a compliment. Joy Behar says Jackson Dart is racist and stupid for what he did. His political endorsement of Trump.
Joy Behar called Jackson Dart
racist and stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, on The View. Lane Kiffin.
See, that's where people lose it, man. And like Joy Behar, those ladies have lost it a long time ago. You could have a problem with what Jackson Dart did, but you don't have to like immediately jump to him being racist.
Well, yeah, or like calling everybody a Nazi or
are there some Nazis that root for that side? Sure.
Yeah.
Are there some racists that root for that side? Sure. But not everyone is a racist and a Nazi that roots for that side.
Right.
Now, I think the dynamic of the locker room maybe takes a hit when Jackson Dart goes and does that, but I don't think it necessarily means he's racist.
Yeah, not
that's
necessarily.
the problem.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin says Florida has a great program, but he chose to go to LSU because it was specifically about LSU, not about Florida. But they asked him why he didn't go to Florida, and he also asked about the SEC championship, how much Kirby Smart enjoys it, and he says he can say he loves the game, but did he love it when he lost his quarterback in the game? Pointing out Kirby Smart saying that he loves the SEC championship. John Summerall, the Florida coach.
Was that supposed to be some gotcha that he lost his quarterback? I mean, Kirby didn't.
I don't think it was a gotcha.
Kirby didn't really complain about it. I mean, they just rolled out and tried to win the next game. It wasn't like, to Kirby's credit, unless I'm forgetting, I don't feel like he went on a big tour about how unfair it was they were having to play without Carson Beck. He just kind of said, next man up.
Yeah, that sounds like Kirby.
I kind of like Kirby.
Yeah, well, he's becoming that, kind of the elder statesman.
Yeah,
he's in the new Saban.
He's the alpha of the conference, and I think he's usually pretty smart when he talks about stuff. I think he takes it seriously, kind of being the face of the conference as a coach, and I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, well, and
I hate him as a Georgia coach, of course.
Yeah, but at least he's a coach. He's a classic ball coach.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to respect it.
I don't necessarily respect him letting all those players drive 100 miles an hour or whatever, but
that's right.
Hell, he can't be in the car with them.
Well, the Florida coach,
even Jesus can't take the wheel at all times. You know what I mean?
Well, he could if he wanted to. The Florida coach, John Summerall, says that he would have stayed at Tulane
and not taking any other job. Now, do you believe this? If it had come down to Florida asking him not to coach in the playoffs, John Summerall says if Florida had asked him not to coach in the playoff, he said, I would have stayed at Tulane and not taken any other job. I was not going to leave a team playing for a championship to go coach another team. That's not in my DNA, and I ain't built that way.
Do you believe him?
I don't know if I believe him or not. You got the opportunity to go coach Florida, and you tell me you're going to stay at Tulane because they won't let you coach the playoff. I mean, I know you made a commitment to them kids.
I think I kind of believe him, just in the sense of like, now maybe not for the reason he's saying, because he's like, I got to do it for the kids. But like, if I'm taking a job and my employer is going to be my new employer is going to be that much of a jerk, that they're not going to let me finish this when they don't necessarily have to have me.
Yeah, you might not take that job.
I would look at it and be like, yeah, like this clearly isn't the fit. Like you clearly don't want me enough. You don't value me. And like, you're already kind of trying to like wield your power over me. Therefore, I'm not going to go. Now, again, maybe not because of the kids, but because of like, like I'm not getting the power and the respect I deserve.
Well, Elon Musk and Gork are in a dispute. Elon created him, and now Gork is coming back on him. Elon continues to falsely call Hitler a socialist, and Gork continues to correct him, explaining that Hitler was a fascist who rejected Marxist socialism and class struggle.
I didn't hear any of that.
Elon and Gork are going. Gork is correcting his daddy.
Oh,
Elon. Elon keeps calling Hitler a socialist, and Gork says, no, actually, he's not. He was a fascist. And so Elon and Gork are kind of in a dispute there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I was looking at something. They've released a new teaser for a new movie based on Chris Hansen. They got Robert Pattinson playing Chris Hansen. Does that interest you at all?
The sit right here guy?
Yeah.
Have a seat guy?
Does that interest you at all? You're not a movie guy. Never mind.
Yeah, not really. I mean, Robert Pattinson, I mean, he doesn't seem like a guy that would play Chris Hansen. To me. I just think of him as the vampire guy. What's the movie
he's
about?
Batman.
Robert Pattinson's known as Batman?
Yeah, he's Batman.
That's not what he's known as, is it?
You still think of him as a Twilight guy 20 years ago? Bubba, what do you think of him as?
I mean, he's both.
He is both. That is
I think
Christian
of him as Twilight,
Bale.
but then also with Batman, it's like, oh yeah, I like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
I guess it just comes down to preference.
So if I ask you right now, who is Batman, you say Christian Bale?
I mean, Christian Bale, Jack Nicholson.
But not Robert Pattinson?
Not to me, but
have you seen the new Batman?
No.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack was Batman back in the day.
No, he wasn't. He was the Joker.
Yeah.
Egg on your face. Not a movie guy. He's going to say he was joking. He's going to pretend like he was joking.
I was kidding around.
He was pretending like he's joking. I knew it.
Obviously, I was kidding around.
How many more Batmans can you name?
I don't know. Not many. I never watched Batman.
Bubba, how many Batmans can you name?
A couple, I hope.
Jack didn't play Batman?
No,
Adam
he was
West,
Is that
Val
real?
Kilmer,
Serious?
He was the Joker.
I thought Jack played Batman.
George Clooney,
Nice.
Michael Keaton,
Nice.
Christian Bale,
I've
Robert
seen Michael
Pattinson,
Keaton. I got
Ben
him
Affleck,
I got him and Jack.
Nice.
whoever. I don't know. That's all I got.
I mean, like Adam West is like,
Yeah. I don't know who voiced him animated wise.
No, me neither.
I know Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Yeah, and Will Arnett. Will Arnett was Batman.
Mark Hamill was the Star Wars guy.
I was going to say Will Arnett was Superman. No, he was Batman. The Reese's guy. Arrested Development.
Non-whites are set to become the majority.
Jack Nicholson was
I was
Batman.
kidding.
He wasn't kidding.
It was a bit. It was a bit.
You just try to come back.
Non-whites.
And say, "Are you sure he didn't play?"
I have a headline. Non-whites are set to become a majority in the U.S. for the first time by 2050, says a new report. And by 2050, non-whites will be majority in the U.S. As a white, how do you feel about this?
At 24 years. Get on it, ICE. I mean,
What does it even mean to be a white?
That's what.
Say whatever you want to say.
Be European, be from, origins of Ireland and Scotland mixed in with some Native American. That's what it means to be white, John.
I don't really have an issue. It might be scary to some. Hell, it might be scary when it gets here. I don't know. Is the whole history of the world going to
As
be
long
changed?
as the women are pretty.
Is the whole history of the world going to be changed? Hell, I don't know. I'm just going to live life, brother.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Did you see Butch Jones and Josh Dobbs at the wedding?
I saw a picture of the whole team like at a wedding for Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs got married over the weekend.
Yeah, Butch was there. How about that? Rakia Jackson drops her request for a permanent restraining order.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
No, we talked about it off the air. So James Pierce Jr. coming out of this seemingly okay. Now Rakia Jackson dropping the request for a permanent restraining order. They're saying he still has to stay away from her for a year. I don't know. I worry about her, but if she's willingly dropping the request, then I hope they don't end up back together. Although on the other hand, love prevails, so I don't know what the hell. I'm just gonna stay out of their business. I guess we'll deal with it.
It's not up to us to determine who's in love.
We'll deal with it if something else happens, but otherwise, just keep her head down and work.
You'd never think Cheryl from Curb Your Enthusiasm would be in love with RFK Jr., but she is. Did you see him removing those snakes from Dr. Oz's patio?
I did see a picture. I didn't know it was Dr. Oz's patio, but I did see a video of him handling snakes.
Yeah. And Kevin Hart defending Tony Hinchcliffe says he's got Tony Hinchcliffe's back, he's in his corner after the controversial comic was blasted for his George Floyd joke during Kevin's roast.
I'm so sick of this discourse.
Are you? I still haven't watched it.
It feels unfair to Tony Hinchcliffe that we're talking about it 3 weeks later. 4 weeks later, however long it's been. Like it was a joke at a roast. I thought kind of the understanding at a roast was that anything goes. Now I know there's certain things. That roasters tell the others are kind of off limits. Like if Kevin Hart was like, "Hey, I don't want you to talk about me cheating on my wife all the time." Like let's not do that. Like that would be one
Does
thing.
Kevin Hart cheat on his wife all the time?
Yeah, I mean, and they kind of make fun of him for it. So like that's not one of the things that he tells them not. But like if Tom Brady had said, "Hey, I don't want you to talk about Robert Kraft," that was they talked about that a lot, right? How Brady had told him Robert Kraft was off limits. So like I do know, like in roast, you can go up and like say like, "Hey, my dad just died. I don't think it's funny. Let's not talk about it." And like they usually have some honor amongst that. But like the George Floyd joke was not about any of the roasters. So like theoretically, it's not off limits. It's open season for any jokes about pop culture stuff. They made a Charlie Kirk joke about him getting shot in the neck, assassinated, shot in the neck. Like I haven't seen nearly as much crying about it as I have the George Floyd joke. I don't understand. Is it because it's Tony Hinchcliffe? Because like Pete Davidson made the Charlie Kirk joke, and like I haven't seen anybody really even bat an eye at that.
Oh, now, people were mad about that. The Reds were mad about that.
Yeah, but it's come and gone. Like I haven't seen people still asking about this 3 weeks later.
Yeah, no.
Like with Hinchcliffe, if you were mad the next couple of days, okay, that's fine. But again, this is 3 weeks later now. Maybe Pete Davidson is still getting attacked for the Charlie Kirk joke. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them ask him about it. It all stops. I haven't seen other comics come out and talk about how
Kevin Hart
distasteful it was.
He was on some podcast. I don't know if that happened.
I think he was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that could have happened a week ago, or I don't know.
No, it was yesterday.
It happened yesterday. Well, I guess it's just still a topic for them.
And I know a part of it is because Kevin Hart is looking like a hypocrite in this because he was at George Floyd's memorial, like sitting there for the photo op, going there to support it. And then like he was on the Breakfast Club and like was kind of dismissive, tried to make a joke. Cause like one of the girls was, I don't know what her name was. I don't know if it was actually the Breakfast Club, but it was like one of those, Charlemagne the God was on there or whatever. Like he was the one talking to Kevin Hart. But she's like, "Did you see my interview with George Floyd's brother?" And Kevin Hart was like, "No." And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not watching that. Like it's just kind of like making jokes. Like I'll never watch that. That doesn't interest me at all. And kind of making fun of George Floyd's brother. So like they're kind of like, "Yo, he's a fan," blah, blah, blah. It's like people were mad at Kevin Hart for that and calling him a sellout. I could see them being mad at him. But the Tony Hinchcliffe stuff seems crazy to me 3 weeks later. Which maybe it was combined for Kevin Hart too, because again, people are looking at him as a sellout and a hypocrite. a grief whore. Showed up at the memorial to get the photo ops and ride the wave when it was cool, and then now it's like, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah. It's always something.
Any other headlines?
No, I mean Pizza Hut bringing back the retro era, and then the government reportedly possesses non-human biological remains from beings not of this world.
What about that former Tennessee tennis player?
That's about it.
He doesn't have a clue what you're talking about.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Huge deal yesterday.
About a Tennessee tennis player?
A former Tennessee tennis player.
Is he going on The Bachelor or something?
No, he took down the number one player in the world. Well, at least the former number one player in the world.
Roger Federer?
No, former number one player
Novak
in the world.
Djokovic?
Daniil Medvedev.
Yeah.
Beat him. I guess he was only the 6th seed, I guess, in this tournament, but pretty big upset as a Vol. Adam Walton took him down in 5 sets. 6-2, 1-6, 6-1, 1-6, 6-4.
I bet it was a real back and forth affair. Uganda has closed its border with the Congo as Ebola surges.
Overrated, underrated, coming up next.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Is that what they say?
Some do.
Okay. Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
So, anyways,
let's go.
Hey, thanks back here, man. John, how was the cruise? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't go on a cruise, Bubba.
Just kidding. Nah, I lied.
This guy says he's underutilized. It has taken him 3 minutes to get to a damn segment. Let's go. The floor's yours. You're the star of the show for this moment, Bubba.
Well, the sun's not out, but it's gonna be at some point.
How the hell did you do a show just you two?
It was tough. We had some guests.
Flip flops, gentlemen. Are flip flops with the dogs out overrated or underrated?
I'm completely anti flip flop.
Not a foot guy. All right.
Well,
I've heard.
I got ugly toes. I got fungus toes that I can't get rid of despite medication. So I don't want to have my toes out. But in general, I hate watching people walk around in flip-flops. They come off. They make noise. They're not comfortable. They stink. Now, I understand the idea of like, hey, I want to go take out the trash and I need something to slip on. So if you're wearing them for that reason, okay, whatever. Now I just put slides on, like little slippers instead. But I don't even really like women in flip-flops either. I like them in like the sandals that have a strap around the back. I don't see any benefit in flip-flops. Very overrated. Gross, honestly.
They don't come off, and they don't stink any more than any other sandal would.
They don't come off? Yeah, they do. Try running in flip-flops. They'll 100% come off.
You don't wear flip-flops when you run.
No, but what if you have to
run?
run?
Foolish.
Flip-flops slide off your feet all the time.
Try running in high heels.
Flip-flops slide off your feet all the time.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. I think the flip-flop is properly rated.
I'm saying they don't stink any more than what? Any other sandals?
No. Why would the flip-flop stink more than a regular sandal?
Well, I'm picturing like leather sandals, and I guess I'm picturing like the weird little cloth flip-flops. But I guess they do make
cloth flip-flops.
Yeah. It has like little felt on it or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? They put a little padding on it.
You talking about women's flip-flops?
Well, I was thinking about women's feet, yeah.
But also that goes without saying.
But also had some Birkenstocks that had like a little cloth on them, like a little built-in cushion. That's the last flip-flops I had.
Okay. All you gotta do is put some powder on them. I like powdering my shoes. It helps to diminish the smell.
And full disclosure, myself, I've never worn sandals. Or at least I haven't.
What kind of sandals?
I haven't since like 6th grade. Like the straps, like Chacos. I've never worn a pair of Chacos.
Like Jesus sandals?
Yeah, I had maybe a pair of Jesus sandals, maybe like in 6th grade. But after that, I've never had them. So like when I say flip flops, I do kind of use them interchangeably with sandals when I'm thinking of the smell and everything. But I don't wear either one.
I like sandals in the summertime, because you can kind of air your feet out. You get that cool breeze.
Oh, you mean air my feet out while everybody else stinks?
Yeah, I mean they smell, but my feet smell in other shoes too. I got to be diligent about powdering. I like using the powder. You can put powder in the bottom of your shoes that odor eliminators, because if you have big, fat, sweaty feet, they will begin to stink. But I'd go properly rated on the flip-flops. I mean, I keep a pair all the time because they're easy to just slip them on, when you got to go out for a quick second. like you said, to take the trash out or to, I'll go out and walk the dog or walk the cat or walk the iguana or whatever you got to do. It's easy. It's quick. It's simple. I'll say properly rated. They're a fine piece of footwear. I don't have any strong feelings either way.
Yeah, me neither. I do judge guys now when I see them in flip-flops, though.
You get jealous? Say, man, he's so confident with his feet out.
There is a part of me that does get jealous that I can't wear them.
I think you could. I think you're just overthinking your feet.
No, my toes.
Just go
are
get them
ugly.
taken care of one time.
I can't. No, my toes are ugly.
There was a girl that used to tell me I had nice feet.
Yeah,
she liked my feet.
I think you do. I can't wear them, Bubba. My toes are gross. I'm not overstating it.
Hey, take your girl to go get a mani-pedi.
No,
You go along with her.
They won't touch my feet. You don't understand.
Hey, what if you pay them enough money?
No, they won't. I got fungus. They can't get rid of the fungus at the damn nail salon. It's not how it works.
Stick your feet in bleach and go.
That's not how it works. And hell, one time I even ripped the toenail off and it came back fungusy. I have to get some really tough medicine, but it's really bad on your kidneys.
What you need is tough actin tenactin.
No, that's for athlete's foot. I don't have athlete's foot.
Remember John Madden? R.I.P.
Yeah. I can't wear flip-flops, so I do get a little jealous. But when I see a guy in flip-flops, I typically, if he's not going to the pool, I'm going to think he's an unserious person. Or he's playing, like, guitar in the youth church. He's a youth pastor.
Or he just likes to feel comfortable.
Yeah. I don't think it's comfortable. But maybe that's my insecurities coming out.
Well, this one might be a little controversial here. I keep seeing clips
Hitler.
of Jared McCann on my timeline. So, painted fingernails, are they overrated or underrated?
For men or women?
You be the judge. If I say Jared McCain.
My old lady goes and gets
is.
her nails painted all the time. Like, she goes and gets, manicures. And she always gets the color. And it makes her really happy. I'm trying to think of how it would feel if, like, they were not painted. Like, I don't want to paint mine. I don't have any interest in doing that.
So you don't support Jared McCain?
No, I don't care. If Jared McCain and Caleb Williams, hey, like, those are two guys that say they want to paint their fingernails, and those are two guys that are balling right now. So, like, it's working for them. Now, Jared McCain, I think him's more so than Caleb. The talk there is that people think he's gay. Right, like
what gave it away?
When you combine the painted fingernails with the TikTok dancing and everything, people think that he is gay. It's like they're thinking it's like a whole bunch of like closeted behavior, which I don't care if he's gay. Whatever, he's a good ball player, one way or the other. But I wouldn't paint my fingernails, and I don't know if I really care if my woman paints her fingernails or not.
What if you found out Joe Namath was gay?
I wouldn't care. He probably was, or at least he was. But at least he was going both ways. I feel very confident Joe Namath has at least kissed a guy.
It's just
New York cocaine parties up there in the 60s and 70s. Joe Namath has at least been with a man. I feel very confident.
I mean,
in that.
Charlie Sheen. Crack will make you do crazy.
Well, I don't know
things.
if Joe Namath was doing crack, but I feel pretty confident he was at least snorting some cocaine in New York.
It's just different when you hear it from an old school guy, Like, it nothing wrong with it these days, of course. It's normal when you hear it now. But when you think of, like, Joe Montana, what if Joe Montana was gay? It'd just be different, wouldn't it? If you found out, Roger Staubach was with men. Painted fingernails, Bubba, overrated. I got to say, my experience with painted fingernails, and I assume you're talking about when a male has painted fingernails because you said it'd be controversial. My experience usually tends to be a what would you call them? A drive-through worker that is not doing a very good job. It seems like anytime a male with painted fingernails hands me the bag at the drive-through, there's something wrong with the order. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my experience, how I feel about it. But you said flip-flops make you an unserious person. I think a male with painted fingernails kind of makes you an unserious person. I don't like it.
I feel pretty confident Bubba's painted his nails plenty of times.
He looks like a guy who would have painted.
I have.
nails.
Now, do you consider Bubba a non-serious person?
That's neither here nor
Well, you
there.
said if you painted your nails, you wouldn't think of him as a serious person. So
Well, I've never encountered Bubba at the drive-thru. You know, normally my experience is at the drive-thru. He seems pretty serious when you look at him, doesn't he? He's a pretty serious guy.
He's giving you.
He's giving me all kinds of signals.
Yeah, he gave you a fist. He was a batter. Getting ready.
Now,
to hit
you don't
with
want a guy
bat.
with painted fingernails giving you a fist for sure.
All right.
That could be taken a lot of different ways.
Anyways,
inconclusive, as we'll say.
What?
Hey, it's summertime.
Bubba's like an acid trip. I've never done acid, but I imagine this is what doing acid's like. You just stare at him, and it's just spiders crawling out of his face.
Bubba
and
may be
snakes
having
going
acid
everywhere.
flashbacks. You never know. You got to be patient with him.
What the hell are you talking about, Bubba?
Have a
Come
little
on.
patience.
Pool floats, gentlemen.
now
What do you
we're
do when you're in the pool? Are you on a float? Are you out there? What are you doing? Are they overrated, underrated?
Pool floats are very underrated. When I was in the pool recently in the Bahamas, there were some people there that had some floats. I was like, man, I really wish I had one. I don't like necessarily like getting on them and like laying on them, but at least like being able to like plop myself on them and use them and like kick like a dog. Kind of hold me up a little bit. The circular ones that you can jump through, I like doing that too, like jumping and diving through them. That's cool. They're fun for that too.
What are you, 6?
Although the noodles are kind of fun too. You kind of just need noodles versus
You ever
a float.
blow water through a noodle
Oh,
at
of
another
course.
person?
Yeah, of course.
That is fun, isn't it?
I like taking 2 noodles and putting them under me and then just kind of sitting in it like a chair. That's good enough for me. So pool floats might actually be overrated, Bubba. You ain't got to blow up noodles. They're just there. You know what I mean? You got to blow up the float. Although they make those ones that have like the big pillow in them that kind of hold themselves up, that like have like holes in them that you can just kind of lay in and still get wet. Those are cool too. You don't have to blow those up. But are those really floats or are those chairs? They float, but you don't inflate them. I don't really know. Anyways, Cody, what are your thoughts?
Overrated. Overrated.
This guy couldn't dive through. This guy couldn't dive through the float since he was like 3.
Wade in the water like an adult. If you're over the age of 11, you shouldn't be using a damn pool float.
Wade in the water like
Wade in the water like an American adult. You don't need no damn float. Overrated. They're for children, not for us.
Sad. We're tapping into some.
I never floated.
Yeah, we're tapping into some childhood trauma here.
It was more like a pool sink for me.
Some adult trauma.
I
get it.
Mine sunk.
Look, I opened up about.
I had to have. You said you could sit on 2 noodles.
Yeah.
I had to have like 5 noodles.
I get it.
Make a chair.
Same way I feel about flip flops. You feel about these.
Yeah. I'm a little bit insecure about them.
You keep your shirt on in the pool, and you can't.
I am not shirt on in the pool guy,
and you can't get on the floats.
I should be shirt on in the pool guy, but I can't be that guy.
No.
I just won't do it. I'd rather show my disgusting self than be the guy who's
too afraid.
You know what I mean? I got a friend who wears a shirt in the pool, and he's way less fat than me, but I guess he's just very insecure. I don't know. I look disgusting without a shirt off, but if I'm getting in the pool, I take my shirt off. It's part of being in the pool.
Is your pool open yet?
Oh yeah, I've been to the pool.
Have you gotten in it?
Yes.
Has it been warm enough to get in?
Yeah. It was maybe 2 Sundays ago. It was nice and hot out.
Were other people out there?
Yeah. Beautiful women.
Yeah?
Galore. Oh, beautiful women.
Any cool guys? Yeah. Any cool dudes?
I mean, Brandon was there with me.
Okay. Any cool dudes?
No, we didn't meet any dudes. We talked to the women some.
Yeah?
Of course, but yeah.
What'd they say? Please leave me alone. I'm trying to read.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Trying to read here.
Yeah.
Can I come to your pool?
You can come to my pool, yeah. Anytime you want.
Damn, Memorial Day just passed. It would have been perfect to come out there.
Not this Memorial Day. It wouldn't have.
No,
it was rainy and disgusting.
Pool party? How many guests are you allowed?
As many as I want.
That's typically
I
that's typically not the way it goes. Typically, like in your league.
Yeah, no, I don't know the actual
rules.
I don't know the actual rules, but
you don't want to get in
you
trouble.
may not know this about me, but I'm not much of a rule follower.
Yeah, but you're on waterfront property now. You need to be careful. You don't need to get kicked out.
What are they going to evict me for having 3 guests at the pool instead of 1?
That would get you out of paying your rent. You could be like, hey, that's how you get out of a lease and start bringing people in there.
It'd also get me out of having a place to sleep at night.
That's true.
So that would be the downside.
Hey, as long as I'm in Knoxville, brother, you'll always have a place to sleep.
At that point, I would probably just try to get the RV and just live in it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't going to say that you could stay there forever. I just mean I wouldn't make you be homeless.
Yeah.
If you were ever out and needed a place,
where would I stay?
I got a guest room.
Doesn't your old lady live with you now?
Yeah, we share the same bed. We have 2 rooms.
You don't have separate beds?
No.
Well, do you think you'll ever be that couple that has separate beds?
No.
I think the older you get, the more that becomes a thing.
Yeah, probably.
Like my mom and my stepdad, they don't really now that other bedroom's open since I graduated high school. I think the last 10, 15 years, they've kind of become separate bedrooms type of people.
Is separate bedrooms overrated or underrated?
Probably underrated. I mean, once you get it past the romance of it.
So what's the point of that?
You lose intimacy, but if you sleep with a CPAP machine or you're just restless and up and down all night.
Why'd you point at Cody when you said that about the CPAP machine?
I've never been married, but I assume that once you're out of the romance phase, once you don't want to get it on anymore.
Yeah,
once the love is kind of gone, wouldn't you just prefer more comfort? Obviously, it's better to sleep in a bed alone than it is with another person if there's not intimacy, I'm saying, just for comfort, right?
Yeah, but then you bring another person in the relationship to spice things up, and next thing you know, he's staying over there all the time, and then you're thinking, what is this guy's problem?
You're saying he stays over there, Bubba?
So you're saying that Cody's mom has brought another man inside the house?
I don't think that's what Bubba's saying, and that's not true. I think Bubba's saying that if he were to have another person,
you stay in separate bedrooms, you lose a little bit of romance, and then you're both restless, and then you feel like roommates at that point.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, great, my roommate brought over another person tonight. Let's see what they're doing.
I used to live with a woman, and she was just a roommate, and she was a good-looking girl. This was right after college. We lived together.
She's still alive?
Yeah, she's alive. And she
driving?
Huh?
You still talk to her?
Not much. Every now and then. But she was a good-looking blonde girl, but she would bring guys over, and her headboard was basically up next to the wall of where my toilet was. So if I would be in the bathroom doing my business, every now and then I could hear her getting it on.
What does that have to do with sleeping in separate beds? You guys weren't lovers, though. We're talking about
it just made me think of her.
Yeah, we're talking about sharing separate beds. If you get on different schedules and my old lady today, she woke up.
She made a lot of noise.
She had to wake up at 5:30 to go to the hospital to go work.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to quite be up that early. If that was an everyday thing, and I could sleep until 9, and she was up at 3:30 every morning or something, that would get old. Maybe I'd sleep in a separate bed at that point.
What do you mean? Because it would wake you up?
Yeah, maybe if you have to sacrifice sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I don't, unless one person wants to read and stay up all night watching TV. I don't know. The separate beds feels kind of sad to me.
Well, I think just the comfort of sleeping in the bed by yourself. I think it's probably just a comfort thing. Like I said, once the intimacy's gone,
Yeah, I guess if you're married to a big old woman or something, you need the space. But my girl's not very big.
Well, what kind of size bed do you have?
King size?
Well, not everybody has a king size bed. What if you were sleeping with her every night in a full size?
Would it not be cheaper just to get a king size bed versus putting up 2 beds though?
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I guess if you're roommates or if you're not.
What about people who have been married for 30 years who are just absolutely disgusted with each other now?
Well, that I get, and that's why I said that's why it's sad.
And that may be the case for many.
Yeah, that might be sad at that point. I'm still relatively young, I guess. Maybe if I get 50 or 55 or 60, I'll be like, I'm tired of sleeping in this bed. I want my own space. Maybe that happens. I don't know. Last call on the other side. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
For the fans, by the fans, Fan Run Radio.
Want to remind you that if you are a business owner, maybe you're in charge of the marketing, the promotional items, maybe you got a club or an organization and you need some fresh gear, give SM Athletics a call. 865-966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. If you want to put your logo in something, we got you. All right, Bubba, what do we miss so far today?
966-3434.
Yeah.
Don't call 966-3435 or you'll get Bear instead.
Yeah.
And that's a much less desirable experience.
You know, there's one big thing that happened over Memorial Day weekend that we never discussed.
Kyle Busch died.
We did discuss that, and that was very unfortunate and sad. Really ruined my weekend. The enhancement games. Cody,
Yeah.
remember all those
right
Olympians that wanted to juice up a little bit, a little extra performance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the result is I think only one world record that can't be counted because, you know, they did it not properly. It came as a result. All right.
I mean, the enhancement games seem to be a pretty big flop. Like they're talking about the one swimmer breaking a world record, but he also broke it not only on steroids and enhancements. He also had a swimsuit that had been banned since like 2007, I believe. Not exactly sure on the year, but I read that like the equipment he used was also like enhanced.
What, do they have gills or something?
Yeah, basically, essentially, like that was deemed illegal by the real thing. So not only was the steroids in his system, he also had better equipment than you're allowed to have. The fact the runners that were openly doping, they got dusted. The guy who won the sprint would have finished last in the Olympics. So I don't think the enhancement games really succeeded in what they were trying to accomplish.
T. Martin's son, Caden Martin, is transferred to LSU.
Yeah, who cares about that? How the hell's that guy got any eligibility left?
People are asking.
Go Tigers.
I mean, it's just another troll job by Lane Kiffin to an extent, but also at the same time, T. Martin's there and he wants to be around his son, so that's fine. TMZ is releasing video right now of Kendrick Perkins having to be held back in a heated argument at his son's AAU game.
Oh, I know what that's like, brother.
You think he's trying to go at the ref?
What if Kendrick Perkins was coming at you, Bubba? What would you do then?
Probably be pretty scared. He's a pretty big old boy.
He is big. He's a large man.
Tennessee football is having a all-access inside look for the spring tonight on the SEC Network at 8 p.m.
Oh, that's cool.
Called The Juice.
Can watch
A
the
guy I
Chaz
went to high
Coleman
school
drama.
with got arrested. What else we got here? Oh, Tennessee's offered a 7'1" big man, a Coleman. 247 Sports is told.
Okay. Man, you really don't have a lot that we missed. We did a good job today.
Andrew Fisher just tearing it up.
We hit everything. Andrew Fisher is tearing it up. You know, I know we've talked about that, but like we're going to have a lot of those guys that have come through Knoxville that are going to be big-time prospects and guys that get to the MLB and perform well.
Who's our biggest and best pro, right? It'd be Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
biggest name.
Of course, if you don't count Mookie Betts, VFL, but yeah, Garrett Crochet is the best guy we got.
Yeah.
And so far, I mean,
also Bryce Harper brushes his teeth weird.
I could be drawing a blank, but are there any other Vitello Vols who are like mainstays? Chase Dollander has been up, and Seth Halverson. They're both with the Rockies pitching. Dollander's been solid. No position players, though, have been up. And
Drew
really,
Gilbert.
Yeah, has he been established? Is he up for good now? Because I know he was up and got sent down.
Up for good, don't know.
Yeah.
There's also Ben Joyce.
Yeah, another pitcher, though. I'm looking kind of for position players at this
same
point.
thing, like Jordan Beck fits that Drew Gilbert category.
Okay, is Beck up for good? I haven't seen anything about him this year at all after preseason.
How is Christian Moore doing? He was progressing pretty good a year ago.
Yeah, he got sent back to the minors. I don't know the intricacies of the decision or why, the Angels did that, but he got sent back down to the minors. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Drew Beck's hurt right now. Otherwise, it does look like he has been up the entire season. With that being said, he's batting 183 and has one home run in 82 plate appearances, so it's not like he's been good. It's like he's been great with them.
It's better than us.
Okay.
I doubt we'd have one home run on 82 plate appearances.
You're right about that. You and I would not hit a home run. You could give us 800 plate appearances, and I don't think we'd have a home run.
I don't know if I could hit a home run anyway, even if it was.
You think you could either hit a single off Paul Skeens in 100 attempts or tackle Derrick Henry in 100 attempts?
So I saw that prompt, and it was 100 Paul Skeens fastballs, right?
Yeah. Tackle
so
Derrick
he's not actually he's not mixing in any breaking balls. So you could theoretically sit on a fastball, and hopefully by the 100th time you could somewhat catch up to it. It wasn't even hit a single either, right? It was just make contact. So it's like you have to actually put it into play in a good spot.
If you just have to make contact, maybe you could get lucky.
Now, some people say foul tips do not count as contact. It says you have to hit like an actual fair ball.
I don't know. I've seen pro pitchers. I saw Chris Sale one time with the Braves pitch, and the speed is just remarkable. I mean,
the fact that he can't mix in any breaking balls or off-speed pitches, I think makes that at least like a 5% chance, 10%.
I think
chance.
I could just put my whole body around Derrick Henry's ankle and just weigh 340 pounds on his ankle easier than I could hit a single off Paul Skeens.
That just depends. Like, how close are you to Derrick Henry when it starts?
Yeah, if it's like the Oklahoma drill, I could at least make contact with his leg.
But if it's not the Oklahoma drill and you're basically like the middle linebacker and you have to catch him going to the edge.
Yeah, I ain't going to tackle him in open field.
Or he's got enough room to juke you. I don't think you'd be able to catch him. And I don't think I'd be able to wrap up his leg enough to get him off balance. Point being, Bubba, we'd be cooked in both.
How about making a shot over Victor Wembanyama in the paint?
I don't think that's happening either.
If you just threw the ball straight in the air.
Madison blocked you off the wall, and
I was drunk.
She's a
I was drunk out there playing basketball.
She's a 5'5" girl, and she threw you off the wall.
We had been at Buffalo Wild Wings drinking draft beer all afternoon.
She blocked him off the concrete.
I had 18 draft beers.
That'll do it for us. Bubba, thank you for holding it down. Hope Sam feels better. Hopefully he's back tomorrow. The Tony Basilio Show up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.